Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexiot's here, and we're doing the preview today for the Raptors playing the Milwaukee Bucks. It's November the 1st. I hope y'all had a happy Halloween, and we'll get right into it first with the latest lineup news and also the ref report. You know I like to start early on game day, and that's why I'm starting 10 minutes early. So hopefully we can get the ball earlier than the Bucks in the game tonight. You know, it's going to be an interesting game. You know, last night the Suns got beat by the Spurs late in the game. So anything can happen in the NBA. So don't get too down, Raptors fans. ESPN may have us ranked at 25th in the power rankings at this point. But you know what? In some ways, we've earned that spot the way we played this week. But there's a lot of games to go and a lot of ways we can write in the next chapter of the next couple of games. You know, we win tonight against Milwaukee. We all going to feel real good. Yeah, we will. So let's start staying positive, Raptors Nation, and allow for success, because success is still there to be grabbed. That's right. All right, so the latest lineup news is this. It is doubtful that Precious Achiuwa will play today. It is still his groin. You know, this is the thing about his injury, y'all. It is connected to his injury from last year. It's the abductor. And I read some doctor person talking about it and saying that this can be something that you can re-aggravate. So this may be something tied into what kept him out for so long last fall. So just so y'all know that, this groin injury is connected to the abductor injury that happened to him last year. So we need to give Precious allowances to get healthy again. We want you back, Achiuwa, so you get healthy. Of course, Christian Koloko also still out due to his mysterious respiratory illness. On the other side, we only see one name on the list for the Bucks. It is Marjon Beauchamp, their second-year player, the nephew of Flavor Flav. He is has an illness, and he was missing for the game on their last game, and he just signed a team option also. So Marjon Beauchamp is day-to-day. He could be playing tonight, so we don't know for sure. All right, so the Milwaukee Bucks, the new-look Bucks with Dame Lillard, point guard, have been interesting so far. They're actually starting Malik Beasley at the shooting guard and Chris Middleton at the small forward. And then, of course, Brook Lopez at center with Giannis. You know, they're an interesting team. They've been pretty good so far, but they're not like out the ballpark great either. So it'll be interesting to see Coach Griffin making his return to Toronto tonight as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. It's very strange and weird to see our coaches from last year against us on rival teams. In some ways, it's sad, but in some ways, let's take the challenge. Yeah, Coach Griff. You know, in some ways, I don't want you to be successful in your return to Toronto like Nick was. So let's see if we can stop that, Raptors. You know, Leo Rautins has been very interesting since the last loss, and how humiliating it was against Portland. He's saying, guys, you're just letting people roll over you. When are you going to stop letting people do things to you? I love the tough talk that Leo Rautins has on Raptors Tonight. He's exactly right. Like, where's the pride? Where is I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm going to do something about not losing. That's what we want, Raptors. We want that. Can Leo get hired as an assistant coach, Darko? Because we might need Leo just to come in and talk to them about pride as a basketball player. Maybe get them fired up and make them understand the gravity of things. Maybe Leo Rautins could be a Lowry inspirational speaker for this team. Can we get him down there to the locker room before the game tonight? Because we want Leo to get them amped up. Oh, my gosh. All right, here we go. Here's your referee report for tonight. Not a bad ref crew tonight. It could go either way, though, but they are favorable towards the Raptors in general. Our crew chief tonight is Josh Tiven. He's in his 15th season. He's from Norwich, Connecticut. We had Tiven this preseason already, so he's reffed a game of ours already this year. His favorite TV show is Seinfeld. His favorite movie is Minority Report. He listens to Dermot Kennedy. His favorite meal is chicken parmesan with vodka sauce. So, Tom Duke, get that ready for him. Chicken parmesan with vodka sauce. Favorite app is the IG. He'd most like to visit Hawaii and play golf at Augusta National. He is a yo-yo expert, and he is married with 2 children. And he considers his most memorable NBA assignment to be Game 7 of the 2021 Eastern Conference semifinals between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. won by the Bucks in 115 and 111 in overtime. So he's very proud of being a referee in a game where the Bucks won in overtime in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Okay, I don't think it's because he has any favoritism to the Bucks, but he enjoyed refereeing those games. Now, Josh Tiven is favoring us today. We win 61% of the time under him, and meanwhile, the Bucks only win 51% of the time. So that's a 10-point percentage point margin, 61-51 for the Raptors with Josh Tiven, our crew chief. Our second ref tonight is JB DeRosa, 8 years out of Paducah, Kentucky. He likes the Big Bang Theory and Kingman series for movies. He listens to Kenny Chesney. His meal is salmon and a risotto, so we can get some salmon in there. These guys like their chicken and fish. All right. He most like to visit Jost Van Dyke in the British Virgin Isles, and his hidden talent is cooking. So JB during the offseason enjoys playing golf and traveling with his wife. So we got a couple of golfers coming in. He's also the son of a former referee, Joe DeRosa. So there you go. JB DeRosa is slightly favoring the Milwaukee Bucks today, but he is also a favorable ref to us in general. We win 58% of the time when he's around, but the Bucks win 60%. So 58-60 is the split on the second referee, JB DeRosa. Our third ref is a young ref. Once again, we're getting a very young ref who's barely refereed at all, Tyler Merkovich. I don't have any information on him. They have not made a referee profile page for him yet, but I can tell you he has refereed one game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Raptors ever. Not between the two of them, just one game for the Raptors. He's never refereed a Milwaukee Bucks game, but he refereed a Toronto Charlotte Hornets game in which we won. And we scored 132 points in. So Tyler Merkovich has a 100% winning percentage with the Raptors and no record of all with the Milwaukee Bucks. So I don't know how you gauge that. He's had one game with us and we won it, but he's never refed anything else with that. So there's your three refs. Josh Tiven, JB DeRosa, and Tyler Merkovich. Very, very young refs. So there's your ref report. Yeah, there you go. Latest lineup news. Ref report right off the bat. Get that information out there for you people that just want that stuff. You got it. Now, if you want to stay for the fun, you can stay and talk to me now. Yeah, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Trevor J saying, good morning, Raptors family. Happy game day. Happy game day to you, Trevor J. The Commissioner's Cup. Yeah, Trevor J. Commissioner's Cup for the in-season tournament. Wait, wait a second. I didn't bring it with me. I'm out at Adriana's. This is actually a pepper shaker. So I'm sorry, Trevor. That's not the Commissioner's Cup. But it's going to be my announcer thing for today. Isaac Campbell saying W Wednesday. Calling it now. Bucks. You calling it now that the Bucks are going to win? Or were you just calling it a W already? Isaac, I know you're calling it for the Raptors. Come on now, Raptor-freak. Isaac Campbell, I know you are. Tom Duke's got the W's out, and he's got them Raptors. He's got Darko. He's got me. He's got Mo. He's got Grady. He's got Scotty. He's got Pascal. Let's go, Raptors. That's right, Tom Duke. Good morning. It is. A good morning it is. It is a good morning. Yes, it is. Tom Duke has got the Raptors starting five on blast. And Trevor J saying, it is good to be a part of something, but it's funny sometimes. Things you like might not want you to be a part of you. What? That's crazy talk in some ways, Trevor. It is good to be a part of something, but in some ways, sometimes it's good to be on your own and do it yourself too. But listen, if you want to have camaraderie, you need to do stuff with other people. If you want to get interaction or have any kind of social life, you need to do stuff with people, even if it's over the computer like this. You got to do stuff with people. But you can't close yourself off and go into hermit mode too. MSJ saying, hey, everybody, hope you have a great day. Go Raptors tonight. You mean the show? Love the team and being a fan. That's what's important, the love of the game. Yeah, totally agree with you, Chris. I mean, this is where we're going to learn the different types of fans. When adversity hits the team, you can get those negative Nancys, those naysayers, those Debbie Downers, those Eeyores. There's some people that just love to complain and talk about sadness and, oh, the world is so awful. Oh, some people are like that. And when the Raptors are like this and the Raptors fans, boy, they kicking in overdrive with their stupid shit. and talking out of their ass all over the place. This team is horrible. I told you it was horrible. They should have blew it up last year. All the fucking bullshit, stupid ass motherfuckers saying all their stupid ass shit right now. You shut the fuck up, because you might just see the Raptors win one of these games either tonight or tomorrow. Hold your tongue, negative Nancy's, and give these guys a chance is what I'm saying. That's right. Be the right kind of fan. Be like MSJ and cheer for your team no matter what. Good or bad, development or winning, we are with the team, and that's all that matters. That's right, Darko. We're with you, man. We ain't turning our back on you, just like a whole bunch of casual-ass, fake-ass Raptors fans are right now. No, sir. The Raptors freak family, we stand with y'all, and we ride with y'all all year long. There's a lot of games to be played, and we are wise enough to understand that. Some Johnny-come-latelys are like, just fucking turn the TV off and don't even watch it this year. If you're going to be acting like that every single fucking game, you casuals. That's what I'm saying right now. Yeah, MSJ saying, hey, anyone know if there's a Raptor Freak meetup this month? There is, Chris. There's 2 meetups if you really want to come. Now, if you don't want to go to the game and you just want to hang out with us after the game, I can tell you how you can do that. If you want to come and hang out with Tom and I on one of the days while he's in Toronto, we can arrange that. We can figure this out. We may do a meetup away from the game where we just have people hang out one night when Tom's in town and nobody's around. You may also meet up with people at Raptors Tonight after the games we're going to, which is the Milwaukee game later this month here in Toronto before the in-season tournament game against the Celtics also. So there's a Wednesday and a Friday in the middle of November when Milwaukee and Chicago and Boston play us again here in Toronto. Those games Tom and I will be going to with other people too. And you could definitely pal around with us at Raptors Tonight at Real Sports after the game, because we'll probably be in there hanging out and watching that show. And you can come there and hang out with us just like we did at the meet and greet. So yeah, that's the dates right there, Chris, and your information. That goes for anybody else that's watching this right now and they're interested in hanging out with us in real life. Isaac Campbell's got Grady Dick on blast today. I like that, Isaac. I hope we'll see. Some people are already calling for Grady to start. You guys are wild. In some ways, I would have told y'all you're crazy, but I'm not actually saying that's totally crazy, because in some ways it makes sense, but I think it's too soon. I think it's just a smidge too soon, but I think the writing's on the wall that this man, I wasn't sure what level he'd get to, but I think he could be a starter in the NBA. Yeah, I do. After 4 games, I've seen what I can see. I know this Grady can get to the point where he is a starter in the NBA. So I think he will be, but I don't know if it'll be right away. It may be a little bit real quick. Yeah. Nako's saying, if we keep it within 10, I'll be happy. This is what I'm talking about. Lowered expectations. Listen, we got nothing to lose. We beat Milwaukee today. We're on cloud 9. We're on cloud 9 tonight. That's what I'm saying. They got a lot more pressure on them to make sure they don't lose to us. And in some ways, we're dangerous because we're very talented and we are a good team. It's just we get going in the right way. We hit our shots. We play together. We play good defense. We can beat anybody. But some nights we're not going to have our shit together and we can get capitalized on and beaten. And that's the thing. The margin of error is very, very small. And as Darko said in his practice interview yesterday, all of our guys need to contribute. They can't be any dead wood off the bench. They got to come in there and get some points for us to add up to the total. So far, our points per game average as a team is very anemic. And we need to bolster it with some iron. So get out there and kick some ass, bench, and make some points tonight, please, since you didn't do it last game. So, yeah, this is the thing. We're a threat. And in some ways, we probably won't win this game. But like Gerald's saying, if we can have it close or we make it look competitive or we do good things in it, we progress more with Scotty and Grady and different things. If Pascal wakes up and has a fantastic game, OG does something amazing, all that can be good and a success, even if we don't actually get the W. And that's what I'm saying, Raptors fans. Temper your expectations and look for progress and positive motion going forward instead of just almighty, whether we win or not. In some ways, yeah, we want to win. We don't want to become a losing team over and over again, but we have to be realistic and we have to be gauging things with a certain new calibration because this season is going to be difficult. And y'all that can't stand losing, y'all might as well, like I said, just get off the ship. Go on and get on dry land because you ain't going to be able to ride with us or sail with us this year if you're going to be so flaky and fucked up and stupid with your reactions every night. So, yeah, there we go. I love it, Nako. That's exactly right. We keep it within 10. I'll be happy, too. I will. Isaac saying, we be coming out fighting. That's right, motherfuckers. Allen Tam, bam, son. Yeah. Tom Duke saying, MSJ, good call. I will be honored to meet all you freaks. That's right. Tom Duke, when he comes here is when we're doing meet and greets. When the man comes from Victoria, British Columbia to come to Raptors games the second or third week of this month, that is when the bat signal goes the air for Raptors fans to come on down and meet Tom Dukey and me once again. That's right. Tom Duke has got a whole menagerie, a motley crew of sorts there in his chat with emoticons and me and Mo. I love it. MSJ saying, at Tom Duke, yeah, I'm kind of busy this month, but you might be in town and such. Need a date if it's a real idea. It is. And Tom is telling you right now, awesome. How about the Boston game? November 17th is a Friday with first in-season tournament game ever in Raptors history with our new flashy court, black and gray court. Yeah, we'll be there that night. And if you want to come meet us after the game at Real Sports, we'll be there. I'm saying, we're going to be at the game on Wednesday and Friday that week. But on Thursday night, we may need something to go do. So maybe on Thursday night, we'll do a meet and greet away from everything in the game and just be at a place where we can all meet at a club or a bar or something like that and just hang out. So we'll have to figure it out. And we'll straighten out the details with Tom Duke before he comes. So there you go. Yeah, non-game day might be better, Tom, just so they don't have to come and get in all that traffic around the game if they're not going to the game. How about that? Isaac Campbell's going to be in town too, y'all, coming from Ottawa around that time also. So we're going to have people coming from both directions, somebody from the west and somebody from the east. So Raptorsfreak family power will be at an all-time high with Isaac coming to unite with us also. Isaac saying one day soon the Raptors will be doing a look-back dunk on this season. I like that. Even though that's fundamentally not correct, Isaac Campbell, I like that. In some ways, it's totally Scotty Barnes kind of thing to do. MSJ saying any day is fine. I just need a plan to work around. Where, though? Downtown? Well, like I said, I think I've answered some of those questions just now. We'll figure it out. Chris, we'll figure it out in the next weeks or so. The next 2 weeks, yeah. Chris comes saying, told y'all about Brogdan. Man, single-handedly ended us. But anyways, positive vibes for tonight. I just want to see the big three play like they really want it. All right. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'll eat it on Brogdan right now. It's just stupid timing how this happened. You know what? Listen, what happened after he beat us? This is fishy as fuck to me. In some ways, this is real fishy. He comes and burns us, single-handedly wins this game off the bench for the Trailblazers on Monday night. And guess what? Yesterday, he signed with Klutch. Rich Paul called him and put him on the Klutch representation. I'm telling you, that Klutch is not on our side. They were like, ooh, you burned the Raptors. Let's sign Malcolm Brogdan right now. Get him signed. In some ways, Malcolm Brogdan needs better representation with what happened to him with the Celtics and him getting exiled out to Portland. Yeah, Rich Paul sees something in him. He's like, wow, he's got dog in him. He just beat the shit out of the Raptors by himself off the bench. Wow, I want to sign him. I think that's what happened. Rich Paul scooping up Malcolm Brogdan Tuesday and making him a client of Klutch. Crazy. Did y'all know that? No, you didn't. Dana's saying, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Canadian Dana. Always loving your presence in the Raptorsfreak chat in the morning. Tom Duke saying, we meet at Real Sports, and it worked well last year. Yeah, that's kind of where we do it. That's where we do it. And if we don't win, well, there's less people in there. It'll be easier. MSJ saying November 17th is good at Tom Duke. See what Lex says. Hey, I'm not making it up. We're doing it how Tom's doing it. Tom want to come to town for these games. That's where we're going these games. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whatever Tom wants to do, we're doing. That's what I'm saying. Country Kong's here. Good to see Scotty Barnes, Twitch family. Country Kong's here. Oh, crap. I forgot to hang up her phone. It's going to ring a little bit, y'all, but hopefully it won't ring for long. I should have hung her phone, took her phone off the hook. It's so annoying. It's all telemarketers, too. It's not even real phone calls ever. It's like telemarketers half the time. If it's not sirens or kids or dogs, it's something. Always interrupting my damn stream. I'm going to go get that phone real quick and unhang it. All right. We'll just leave it. Leave it over there. Let me put it somewhere else. See, she gets calls like crazy. So I know it's going to ring again before I'm done. So I just went ahead and put the phone off the hook for a little while here. All right, let's see. All right. Country Con saying, good morning, Raptors freaks. Lex, I want to apologize. I overreacted about the Blazers game. I think we all did, but especially me. Just so much excitement for the season. We have to give them time. Yeah. I mean, we're really in the moment with them. We feel like this is really bad, and it was really bad. That game was horrible on Monday, but we can't just let it define the whole team for the whole entire season. That's the big problem right here. Is that in some ways we got to realize we're going to get varying degrees of capability and doing well with the Raptors this year. There may be some nights where they come out and they're absolutely perfect and they run teams off the floor. They play absolutely fantastic defense together and they beat teams that they had no business beating. That's the thing. We're dangerous now because if we're going to be in the bottom as a team, then people will take us lightly more. And in some ways, we'll have more of a chance to get up and scare them and beat them. So that's the thing. In some ways, our reputation will precede us this year like it did the years before. People got up to play against us in the past because they knew it was a big challenge. Well, if they don't think we're any good anymore, they may let their guard down. And some of these really good teams could get their ass beat. Think about this. Last night, the Phoenix Suns lost to the San Antonio Spurs. Do you think that that was supposed to happen? No, it wasn't. And the Spurs getting success against the big bad Phoenix Suns right away, that's pretty interesting to me. And that's what this is. The NBA can happen anyway, anytime, at any night. So we beat Milwaukee tonight, who's supposed to be the number one team in the East. That looks good, and we'll feel real good. So in some ways, once again, we got to take the advice of the coaches and say, don't get too up for wins and don't get too down from losses. It's really good for the players to be that way, and the fans should listen to. They really, really should. Thank you, Country Kong, and I'm glad you came back down to earth on some of your reactions from Portland. I didn't think you were too bad compared to everybody else. We were all kind of having the same kind of thing going on with us. So, yeah, Tom Duke's got the pepper and the beers. That's right. Cool Cat's here. Good morning, Raptor Free crew. Game day. Let's get ready, baby. I got that marquee main event matchup to finish up the stream with. You get ready for that. That's right. The hype for that. That's right. MSJ saying, okay, got to go, but we'll check in about it tomorrow later all. And Leo Routens is a real one, a real player, annoying, but he's right. That's the thing. He's old school. He comes from the days when Barkley would punch people in the face. I'm just saying, Leo has got the right attitude about dog. And in some ways, he could be a dog mentor. I know there's guys on the team with the coaches and stuff like that that got dog mentality too. And even our old vets probably could describe or tell these guys how to be more dog, like Thaddeus and Garrett Temple. But in some ways, we just need to see it happen in reality and where these guys really do show that dog. You know, I'm not giving up on Siakam. I really do feel like there's a certain level of where it's enough is enough. And Siakam will just take it out on people at some point. We've seen it before where Siakam will just be electric, absolutely unstoppable, and just the best player on the court. That's what I want again, Siakam. I know you will. I know you will. And in some ways, I'm predicting it may happen either tonight or tomorrow. In some ways, that road game against Philly tomorrow night looks really interesting. But first, we got to finish the food on our plate before we get seconds. And that's Milwaukee Bucks tonight. That's right. That's right. Let's see. Cool Cat saying we are in great mode today. We let out our angst and we are happy again today. That's right. Maybe we got some Halloween candy. We're on a sugar high. Maybe we just got to dress up and have fun. And that's made it all better. I don't know. In some ways, we wake up. It's a new day. It's a new opportunity. And that's the way we should look at things. Have a short memory and keep moving forward. That's right. Random Phillips is here. Good morning, beloved Raptor Freaks, most informative gang. Our team has had a history of getting up for good teams. Let's see if this would continue for tonight. Now, this is something I'm wondering about with our coach. In some ways, Nick was a factor in why we did so well against really top teams. In some ways, he did have really a good way of getting us oriented before the game to be like David and Goliath and be David to beat Goliath. And in some ways, I want to see if Darko can have that too. There's no reason why he can't have it too. But in some way, it is motivating and getting them set to go into the game so that they can be an upset kind of team. And I want to see this tonight. This is some of the stuff I'm paying attention to, engaging Darko's coaching style and how he is paying attention to how the team comes out motivated and if they're prepared or if they have dog in them or aggressiveness. In some ways, this is a reflection on the coach because the coach needs to get it out of them, motivate them, tell them when they need to go and right now. And in some ways, that's something we're going to be watching still for good. Blessings to you, Randolph Phillips, and the Phillips family, and all the Raptor Freaks all around. Country Kong saying, watching Darko's interview, I felt bad for not being patient with him and his team. He deserves it, and they do too. So what Portland won? We're 4 games in with a new system. The Heat and the Cavs are 1-3 too. Yeah. It's like those 2 teams are both supposed to be top Eastern teams. There's a lot that can happen right now. In some ways, them giving us such a hard schedule at the beginning makes people like turn off the TV. And it's like a lot of casuals are like, I'm not going to watch the Raptors this year already. Well, good. Go away. Let us just watch it. We'll watch it. We'll hold on the fort while y'all go and do whatever else you're going to do with your lives. That's fine. In some ways, that's calculated. In some ways, that's very, very calculated. But your perspective and what you're saying right now, Country Kong, is so wise and exactly right. In some ways, you had to see that interview with Darko. And then you realize, oh, man, I'm not even giving this guy a chance. I really need to give this guy a real chance and not just like make snap judgments this early. Really, yeah. Cowboys saying, good morning, Lex. Bam, Raptor Freaks. Let's go, Raptors, and let's grow. That's right. Now more than ever, let's grow. Let's grow just like Bradley's great peppers this year. So many pounds of peppers grown by Bradley this year. Let's grow our abundance of peppers. Raptors, let's do it, Spicy P. Let's grow those great hot peppers and get that hot chili pepper out on the court and spin it around real nice, Pascal. Spin it right around the Milwaukee Bucks like you're playing Dead or Alive. You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. That's right. Spin them right around. Siakam. Yeah, Dead or Alive. That's right. Isaac saying, W at MSJ, I will be there with the Duke of the North, and he will be the benevolent one of the East with the Duke of the North or the Duke of the West. That's right. This is gonna be like a Triforce. This is gonna be like Stargate, Triforce. Put it all together and boom, power. It's like Voltron. We're gonna come together. We're gonna be like, and then we're gonna be a mega Raptor freak. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Cool Cat saying, I want to go to that game to see Griffin's first game and then Dame and Giannis's chemistry. See, I'm going to see Cool Cat probably will get a ticket today and head down there. She's just like that. In some ways, I get it. We've been talking and complaining about the prices being high for the product of the team and stuff like that. I totally get it, guys. I totally get it. But Cool Cat, if you can get down there and see Griff's first game back, hey, do it. I won't be down there. I won't be back to the arena until Tom gets here. But yeah, I always love when you get to the game because you give us good firsthand impressions of what happened. Kareem saying, I want this team to fucking bang and be physical. Wow. We need to draw fouls and take higher percentage shots, work from the inside out. A lot of the talk recently, just like it was on this chat, has been that these guys are passing up the good shots to make the extra pass. That unselfishness is a problem right now, that they need to be just a tingy more selfish. I really call it this. It's an awareness of knowing when the highest percentage best shot to take is. And it's not the last shot in the whole passing around every which way. No, sometimes it's like the second person who gets the ball. Sometimes it's the third person who gets the ball. But it's really the recognition of that person right away to take the shot because they've got enough room to take that shot and green light it. And it's you can't get the ball coming to you with the intention to quickly just pass it right away, right then. You should be analyzing right away as the ball is coming to you. Can I take the shot? Are they far enough away from me? Have we beat the defense? And take it right that fucking time. It doesn't matter if it's the first pass. If you're open, shoot it. That's what I'm saying. So there's the balance of being selfish in an unselfish system that has to happen with understanding and recognizing the higher percentage best shot in the possession. And that is it right there. That is it right there. There you go. Raps Love saying, why is he not playing Otto Porter and Young? Like, what the fuck? I know. And we're saying this. I'm like looking at our stats so far this season. I'm like, man, we don't have enough players playing. There's like 4 players that have not even played this whole entire season at all. And I'm like, why? What? God, what are you doing? Please. I know that this is partly the whole thing. Like, we're going to go on the young and developing curve and kind of, what do we need to develop Thad for? I mean, I get it. But still, in some ways, I know these guys are going to be valuable over the course of the year, too. In some ways, they may not want to tire them out. Maybe we'll get to see a couple of the old heads today, since it's Milwaukee and certain things. Maybe they have heard us, and we're crying out for Otto. We want to see Otto, Darko. Please play Otto. That we keep saying this. It's like last year we said, please play Jeff. Please play Jeff. Well, this year right now is please play Otto. So please play Otto. Are you taking requests? Is there a DJ hotline like Four Corners? Can I send you a song that I want you to play? It's called Otto Porter Jr. Yeah, I have a musical request. Can you play Otto Porter Jr. tonight, DJ Darko? Please, please. I don't want to be one of those annoying girls that stands by your booth all night annoying you until you play the song. I will be until you do, though. Yeah. Country Kong saying, I'm telling you, Lex, we're going to give the Bucks hell tonight. And the 76ers tomorrow. Like you said, even the Suns, lots of Spurs. I just hope online negativity doesn't affect or reach players or coaches. I'm going to go just like the players and coaches and Masai Ujiri. Masai Ujiri ain't reading any of the crap the people on Spaces or Twitter or Reddit or Facebook or any of these fucking things. They ain't reading any of this shit. I can talk directly to some of the players. You go and put comments directly on their social media. Hey, Dennis, I love this video on YouTube. Keep doing what you're doing. We love you and your family. We're so happy you're in Toronto. Hey, Jakob, I love your reports on Facebook after each game. We believe in y'all. We're going to stand beside you through the ups and downs, and you should figure this out. We can do this. Go directly to their spots and put the comments in and give them direct support. They're not going on Twitter and listening to these dumbasses. They don't give a fuck. They don't even give a fuck what Josh Lewenberg says or Owen Weisfeld. So why the fuck would they give a fuck what any jabroni off the street is talking about with any saying now? No, at this point, it's radio silence as far as social media and jabroni, average Joe opinion, fucking bullshit, anything. These guys should not be looking at any of it. Seriously. And if they are, amend your behavior and move away, because I'm doing it. And I don't even play for y'all. I'm not even on the team. I'm just a crazy ass fan. And I can't stand reading that shit. And I have no time for it anymore. Everything I'm looking at on Twitter at this point is factual and coming from sources. And none of it is conjecture and opinion from just jabroni random guy online. So hopefully that's the call that everybody's doing around, whether it's player, management, coach, you guys, you can do it too. Just join let's not listen to anybody. Just like Fred VanVleet said, you don't play in this league. You're not professional. I listen to my coaches. I listen to my teammates. I listen to people around the organization, but I don't listen to average Joe. I don't give a shit what you think about basketball. And maybe we should all be more like Fred in that case. Yeah. Tom Duke saying JB DeRosa likes to cook. So he and Cowboy are preparing the meal in case the meal doesn't work out. I threw in some waffles and syrup. Nice. They give him a little pancake and waffle buffet just in case, a little variety. There's the chicken, and with the sword, you cut the chicken's head off. I see that. There's some fishing. You fish. I don't know if that's salmon. It looks kind of like a weird halibut, but you know what? Maybe it'll work. Let's see. Yeah, there's the pancakes with the vats of 100% Canadian maple syrup. Perfect referee food buffet. Thank you, Tom Duke. Chef's kiss. Approved. That's right, Greg. That's right. Chef kiss approved. Mwah. All right, let's see. Country Kong saying, I didn't like watching Fred last year, but even I will say this. His departure was unceremonious for a champion. It's sad in some ways. If we do that to Pascal, it'll be sad, and I'll be ashamed of this fan base. That's what I was trying to get through as a voice of reason last year about Fred on this channel and why I was so much standing up for Fred in certain ways, because you really do need to give these kind of guys the proper respect and due to the legacy and the history. In some ways, we tarnish our own legacy and history by denigrating it and putting it down. You know, the way that we treat DeMar and the way that he played for us is absolutely reprehensible. DeMar DeRozan is a very important part of our history. Sure, he wasn't successful, and he didn't ultimately get that ring with everybody else. But he was so, so important to us having that happen. And people like to dog him and put him down. And I hate that. I hate that. That's why I want to, in general, we need to respect these guys and not denigrate them. Now, I know you're upset about this country con, but give it time. Give it till February. When Freddie comes back to Air Canada Center / Scotiabank Arena, then we'll see him get the hero's welcome back. And trust me, he will. He will. If Nick's not going to get any boos, Fred shouldn't either. So if anybody comes to the fucking Rockets game in February and boos Fred, fuck you, is what I'm going to say right now. You better give him that hero's welcome. So that's when it's going to happen right there, Country Kong. That's when we'll do it. We'll honor him and give him a huge welcome. And some people say, well, then they're going to beat us because whenever we honor people, they beat us. So be it. But it's the Rockets. Come on, be real. Are they going to beat us? Probably not. So, yeah, that's when it'll be. But you're exactly right. And this is the kind of maturity and thinking that the real Raptor fans, the ones that really honor and love their team, should be thinking with. The perspective of thinking is like, well, Fred's a Rocket now, but listen, he's a Raptor legend. And the other thing about Nick is, listen, Nick's won a championship with us. That doesn't guarantee he's going to ever win a championship with the Sixers. And I hope he never does. And that is something that can be all the sweeter, too. If Nick can be the coach of the Sixers, he can be fairly successful. He never wins a ring with them. We'll always be his champion team, the Raptors, not the Sixers. So there's something to root for and worry and think about, too. I don't think they could win this championship this year, though. I'm going to tell you right now, the Sixers, especially with this deal for Harden that just happened yesterday, the Sixers are looking very strong. And in some ways, I have to amend how I think they're going to do this year, because I do think they'll be one of the top 5 teams in the league. I really do. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy Wednesday. Happy game day. Let's go. Fiercely Salsera, Scotty Barnes, Switch family in the house in full effect with a lot of members here today. Fun guys here. Laugh out loud, Lex. I also woke up this morning with some winning energy like you. Let's go. Let's hope to shock and win tonight, and we would be rested for Philly rematch and win that too. Hey, this is opportunity. It's like every day you get up out of bed, you have an opportunity to do something with your day. Well, this is what it is. That's right. I love that in some ways about the NBA, that you have a clean slate. You get to go try again. It's kind of like you draw a painting. And, well, this painting wasn't very pretty today. It was kind of ugly. We made 4 of 29 3-pointers. Well, crumple it up, throw it in the garbage, and start a new one today. And that's what we're looking at today, fun guy. I love you, brother. Holding it down in the 905. One of my original Raptor freaks from the very beginning of this channel. Been with me for 2 years now. Love you, fun guy. Fiercely saying, Lex, I know it's now on Raptors related, but I hope you watched the last 5 minutes of Spurs versus the Suns yesterday. It was magnificent and demonstrated what having dog is. I didn't watch any of the highlights. I just woke up and I saw the box score, and I'm like, wow, the Spurs and Wemby went to Phoenix and won last night. It's very interesting seeing Slender Man coming into the game. He's perfect for that. What perfect costumes for the Halloween stuff this weekend. What craziness. The Slender Man costume on Victor was perfect. Of course he's Slender Man. He is Slender Man. And what a weird, creepy costume for him. With his body frame, walking around in public with that white thing on, that's scary. Like if you saw that in real life and you didn't know it was Victor Wembanyama, you would freak out. I'm telling you right now, he's scary just like putting on a white sock. He's very scary because he's 7'4" or 5 or whatever the fuck he is. Then we saw Paul George dressed up as Waldo. This may have been a bad miscalculation, Paul George. What are you doing dressing up as Waldo, you idiot? You know what you're going to get. You're going to get this around playoff time, motherfucker. When you don't show up in games, they're going to post you in that costume. And they're going to be like, where's Paul George? Where's Paul George? Where's Paul George? You dumbass. Why would you do that? Why would you dress as Waldo? You're really asking for it. You're really, really asking for trolling because you're going to get it. You're going to get it one way or another. You may not get it this year, but when you disappear for your team in the playoffs, where's Waldo's going to be in full effect. Trust me. They got the pictures now, and you gave them to him. You gave them to him, man. You dumbass. Why'd you dress up as Waldo? You idiot. You're so dumb. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. And another costume of note in the last couple of days, the young man on the New Orleans Pelicans dressed up as a referee. That's ingenious. I love that so much. Who was that? Herb Jones or Trey Murphy? One of those two guys. I get them confused because they're kind of similar. One was playing and one wasn't. And the one that wasn't, I think it was Trey. Trey's the one who was wearing it. He's wearing a referee's uniform. Well, he antagonized the refs wearing that, and the refs railroaded the Pelicans to a loss because of that. It's like, don't fuck with the refs. Don't come in there and make fun of the refs dressing up as a ref. What are you doing with your life? You might have just messed up the Pelicans whistle all year now. Holy crap. Crazy stuff with the Halloween costumes this year. Slender Man. Yeah, we love that Slender Man. It was awesome. Let's see. Nako saying Grady's floor is borderline all-star. I don't know. You mean ceiling or floor? You think his very bottom is he's a borderline all-star? That's the worst he could be? Nah, there's a lot of ways this can go, Gerald. There's all kinds of permutations and outcomes that could happen in different ways, positive and negative. And I hope that they're good, positive ones. That's an interesting comment. His floor is a borderline all-star. So you think it's very likely he's going to be an all-star. I hope so. I'm not against that. But in some ways, that's a weird way of putting it. Cowboys saying we're the last in the Eastern Conference. Let's grow Raptors 106-101. You said that's going to be our score tonight? 106-101, Raptors over Milwaukee. I'll take that prediction, Cowboy. You know, we're not really at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. They just will put us at the bottom because there's other two teams that are Cleveland and Miami. They have the same record as us. It's just that they want to put us at the very bottom. They're very happy about putting us at the bottom. Trust me. If we're going to have a similar record to everybody else, they're going to put us underneath whoever's got the same record as us. They always do. We could be tied for number one in the Eastern Conference, and they'll put us below the team that is the other team. They'll rank them that way. That's always that way. So, yeah, we got the same record as Miami and Eric Spoelstra. We got the same record as the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah, we're not actually the bottom. We're at the bottom and tied with a couple other teams, too. Kareem saying, am I being biased when I say that Grady Dick has the best shooting form in the NBA? Pause. What? I didn't even say him. You didn't say Dick. Did say Dick has the best shooting form? Oh, yeah, I guess there is a little bit of a pause in there. Kareem, no, I mean, I guess, yeah, you're a homer and you're for our team, and I love you for it. I wouldn't get upset with you saying that, but other people will probably argue with you for sure. Other people from other fan nations. But we'll have to see more. We're still in discovery mode about Grady and his great shooting form. So we can't say for sure. Still a lot of time to see more of him and see him expand and grow up and get bigger. So there's all kinds of stuff that's going to be coming up. Seymour saying, salute that fun guy, cool cat, top of top, Raps family. That's right. Canadian Cowboy. Salute to you, Seymour Pape, holding it down in Alberta for us. We love you, man. Cowboy saying this is the first of a 5-game win streak. Okay, Cowboy. One game at a time, one day at a time. Yes, sir, Mr. Mountain Standard Time. Bam, that's right. Cool Cat saying, I'll try and meet up this time. I'm going to be at the in-season tournament game. Awesome, Cool Cat. That would be great. You can come meet Tom. Maybe we'll go hang out with Alvin Williams, and we'll have a blast. It'd be so fun. We were with Alvin last year when Tom came to town. So who knows? Maybe we'll go say hey to Randy Urban and all them. Maybe we'll get one of us on the show as the guest with the question. That would be fun. Wouldn't that be fun to get the Raptorfreak family on the Raptors Tonight show? That'd be cool. Everybody will see us. Like Shere Khan be like, hey, it's the Raptorfreaks. Shere Khan be like, it's the Raptorfreaks. They're there. That'd be awesome. Salute to Seymour Pape, my fellow Raptor Freak. That's right. Salute to all you guys. You guys are awesome. Hope you guys are enjoying and starting your November off right. Raps Love saying, who do we get? Philly on the back end of a back-to-back? Why let it be? Listen, this is all by design, Raps Love. Of course, they want to get us down 0-2 to Philly right away at the beginning of the season. If there's any kind of tiebreakers in the Atlantic Division or the Eastern Conference, they don't want us to have it. So sully us with some losses to Eastern Division foes that are important, especially ones they want and have an agenda for them to be successful, like Joel MVP'd and Mr. Nick Nurse, our exiled American coach back to America. You know, that's what I'm saying. This is calculated, and we are scheduled losses against the Sixers. That was always part of the plan. As soon as they put it out, they told us, you're losing the Sixers in the first week of the season. We just set it up that way. And that's what they did. We'll see if it's true, though. We have a chance to mess that up tomorrow night. It's going to be tough, though. Wells Fargo, that team, yeah. And the fan base of the Sixers are really arrogant and feeling real high and mighty right now. I'll tell you that right now. So it's going to be a really tough environment in Wells Fargo tomorrow night. Let's just put it that way. Cool Cat saying, if we had our normal centers, we would be going toe-to-toe with the Bucks, Giants. We're a good team when we have enough centers. That is our challenging area right now. Other areas I'm not worried about. You know what? I can't disagree with this. I really want another big man. I don't know. In some ways, I'm like, man, there is dead wood on our team. Can we cut it off and renew it? Can we chop down part of the forest and plant some more new ones, or bring in new big trees that are veteran and they can go in those spots? I don't know. In some ways, we could retool our bench somehow. Maybe we don't need a huge home run deal for one of our main guys. Maybe we need to trade some secondary guys for more quality secondary guys and move up some of our 905ers. Maybe. That's what I would say. Like, I'm very interested to see if Javon Freeman Liberty could be a dog scorer kind of guy for us. So, there's options here in some ways. I'm like, can we trade Malachi somehow, some way? I mean, I know he doesn't really have that great trade value, but there's got to be something out there to get him, even if it's just a jabroni 7-footer that just can be 6 fouls at third center for us. That's all I want, Bobby, is 6 fouls and a 7-footer. Can you give me a 6-foul 7-footer? Somebody to just go out there and be physical and foul people for like a while. And if he fouls out, we don't care. He doesn't even have to be that great on offense at all. In some ways, we don't want somebody who will hurt us, like in some ways with our offensive flow. I get it. But sometimes it's good to have just a 7-footer that will eat up 6 fouls in physicality. And that's kind of what I want him to get. Fiercely saying, good thing OG is no longer with Klutch. Heard rumors the Sixers are going after him. Oh, my gosh. Well, whatever. There's all kinds of dumb rumors right now. The Sixers like our stuff. They've got our coach from last year now, and they are talking about they want Siakam right now. They're talking about they want OG. Well, they're a little crazy and unrealistic. So, yeah, you think you're going to get that? Good luck with that. You won't. Good unluck. G saying Wemby is good, but there are some players on that team that need attention. Vassell is very good and very consistent. Johnson is scrappy and was their leading scorer last night. No more one-player carries. Yeah, well, that's the secret, and that's why I think Spurs will be more successful this year than people expected, is because on the down low, once again, I say this, and I'm going to tell people that said this the other day, especially that dude that was all about tanking, a militant mindset, that the Spurs did not tank on purpose. They were not really tanking these last couple years. They were playing with guys like Sohan and Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell as hard as they could to win. It just didn't add up to win. Well, they're not changing how they played last year right now. They're playing all out, and now it's adding up to winning because they've got Wemby next to them also. See, there's a difference between intentionally losing and tanking and winning and trying to win, but you're just not good enough. And in some ways, we're more like the Spurs last year in some ways, because it may be that we're just not good enough to get W's, but we're doing the winning motions. It's like we're exercising the muscle and we're building the muscle up, but it's not adding up to winning. But that's a difference between like purposely tanking or losing or not trying in games to lose more to get a draft pick. Well, if you're trying to win and you don't add up to winning, and then you get somebody who's good, it's the Spurs. And that's what I'm saying. It's like what you said, G, is it's the whole team. And those guys were developing and getting better. Jeremy, Keldon, and Devin. And that's part of the why the Spurs are going to be successful this year. They're not going to be a losing team. They're going to be a playoff team. And I fully predict this right now. Cowboys saying Dick's form is smooth. Sorry, it's true, Kareem. So low-hanging. Very low-hanging. I don't normally give these kind of things dunks. But Seymour's the Cowboys always giving the dunks out in alley-oops. So I'm going to give him a dunk just for really making a dick joke. I mean, you really shouldn't have done that. But anyway, Monique is saying, good morning, Raptor Freak family, and happy game day. Got things doing today, so popping in for a bit. She's on the go. She's probably going to the game tonight. So, Monique, I hope you have a fantastic day full of happiness, smiles, and laughs, and that you have a fantastic night tonight seeing the Raptors win against the Milwaukee Bucks. That's right. Coolcast saying, so we are having a festival-type weekend with Tom in town. Sounds great. Yeah, it's not even going to be like a weekend. He's coming on a Wednesday, I believe. Or no, Tuesday. He's coming on Tuesday, and he's going to leave on Saturday. I think it's something like that. He comes on Saturday. He'll be there for that Wednesday Milwaukee game, and then he'll be there for the Boston game. And then I think he leaves Saturday or Sunday. He's here for more days than he was last time. He was only here for 2 days last time. He's here for like 5 days this time. So we will try and get some stuff going around that time. I'm going to be hanging out with him a lot over those days because with my job, I have flexibility, and I can put all my work before he comes and afterwards and really get some free time with him. So, fun guy saying, you guys are kind of talking like the Spurs beat the Suns yesterday. I haven't watched the highlights. If they did, that's funny. I love Wemby. They did. They did beat them last night. Now, Bradley Beal's still out, and Devin Booker didn't play. But still, they beat Kevin and the rest of them. Yuta, one of their highest scorers. That's right. They did beat him, and they beat him in Phoenix, too. Canadian Cowboys, Mr. Pacific Standard Time. Let's go. That's right, Tom Dookie. Mr. Pacific, Mr. Standard, Mr. Central. We got all these different time zones locked down. That's right. G saying Cavs and Heat are 1-3 too. Watching the interviews made me feel comfortable and confident. They're figuring things out and seem happy. Let's roll with it and keep up the good vibrations. That's right. Never too up, never too down. And ride with them no matter what. And let's stop bagging on Siakam. Let's stop bagging on Otto. Let's stop bagging on Malachi. Let's just try and be supportive and just keep moving. You know, I was looking at the team stats yesterday, and Malachi's stats are actually really good, y'all. His shooting is actually one of the higher shooting percentages on the team. I know it's only 4 games, but Malachi's three-point percentage is way higher than a lot of people. Gary's numbers look really bad so far this year, Gary's in particular. But Scotty's and Malachi's and Grady's, they look real good. They look real good. Actually, Malachi's numbers look real good so far this season. I was also looking at things like assist-to-turnover ratio. And Dennis's is so awesome. He has such a good assist-to-turnover ratio right now. And Scotty's is really bad. Let's just put it that way. Scotty has a really bad assist-to-turnover ratio so far this season. So I'm sick of y'all trying to kick Dennis out of the starting lineup. Warren Weisfeld and your whole stupid theories on that kind of bullshit. No, and no. You got an MVP of the FIBA World Cup. He's so experienced. He's a really good leader. He has dog in him. You start him. And y'all stop campaigning to get Dennis out of the starting lineup. You idiots. He's starting. He's Darko's dude. He can trust him. In some ways, we're having problems with getting to know the coach. Well, start the fucking guy who knows the coach the best at point guard. And he'll have more of an intimate idea of what he wants to do because he has already a body of work working with him. See, I wish that people like Warren Weisfeld were just open their mind a little bit smarter. You're an intelligent dude, Warren. Why can't you put 1 and 1 together like what I just said? That because of the shorthand and the body work working together, it's better for us to have Dennis out there running things because he understands Darko better than any of our other players. And in some ways, the connection between Nick and Fred was important to our success last year. So we need to build that. And any kind of like bringing in Gary just to help his offensive punch, fuck that shit. Gary needs to get his offensive punch, whether he's starting or off the bench. And that's not the reason why he's playing bad right now. It's not that you're going to magically put him in the starting lineup and he's going to start shooting his shot right. No, that's not how it works, Warren Weisfeld. And I thought you were smarter than this. He's in a slump right now. Whether he starts or comes off the bench, he's going to be missing shots. So until he gets it right, he's going to miss shots. Hopefully he'll make them tonight. So, yeah, just cut this whole Dennis Schroeder come off the bench, Gary Trent start bullshit y'all are talking about. Now it's switching to start Grady instead of Dennis. Start Grady instead of Dennis. Start Grady. Y'all, Dennis is starting. Jakob is starting. And I'm going to say this right now. All y'all that don't appreciate our 2 German-speaking players, you need to. Because there are 2 people that are doing positions we have lacked in the years past, very recently. We have not had a center who did center stuff. And when he does center stuff on the court, I'm like, thank God we've got Jakob Poeltl. Thank God we've got Jakob Poeltl. Because we need center stuff done. And he's a true center. And we were fucking around with no center for so long. It was really bad. And then the point guard thing is the same thing. We have not had a real point guard until Dennis now. And y'all are not used to seeing these positions played. You're like 6'9" vision, 6'9" vision. Fuck that. We need a real point guard. We need a real center. If anything, just to have those looks, just in case we need them. I am so proud and happy that we start Jakob Poeltl and Dennis Schroeder, and we should continue to do that because we need real positions and not this ambiguous bullshit. I'm telling y'all, casuals that are against Dennis and Jakob starting, just shut the fuck up, is what I'm saying right now. That's right. That's right. Let's keep going. All right, let's see. G saying, do you want the spoiler, fun guy? Wild ending. I'll have to go watch the end of that game since y'all are saying this. Kareem saying Gary Trent Jr. is going to drop 15 points off the bench and posterize and dunk over Lopez. Scotty Bolway triple-double. PS puts a swirl in double-double. And OG is going to leave a staple in this game. All right. This an interesting like breakdown of the game. Leave a staple in this game. Interesting. All right. I'll take all of that. I love it, Kareem. Fun guy saying, actually, no, laugh out loud. I'll quickly watch the highlights. Yeah, go watch them. And to come back and report to us, since I'll be on still. Fun guy G saying, sounds good. It was crazy. Alley oop to Kareem. All right, Bradley. You want an alley oop to our dunk champion who really needs more dunks? We'll give an alley oop to Kareem. That's right. He did earn it. He did. Carlos here. Good to see Carlo JS, one of my most enthusiastic, positive Raptor freaks. And Carlo, you keep being you, man. We love you, bro. You keep doing it, man. You're such a good Raptor freak, man. We will find the missing link tonight. That's right. We'll get it together. We'll figure some of it out a little bit better. Maybe things are a lot smoother. Maybe those shots go in. Maybe we win. We'll have to see. Cowboys saying it's Darko calling. Is that who was on the phone? Darko? Man, I should have answered it. No, it could be weird. Either telemarketers, like there's a lot of like, do you need duct cleaning? That kind of shit. And then sometimes it's like her dad's friends calling. And I'll be like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't know who you are. Hello? Who's this? Hey, is Luby there? No, Luby's not here right now. Who are you? G saying Grady's 19. His game is already mature. He's a very smart player, and I love that if his shot is not falling, he's all over the floor hustling. This is something that Gary, in some ways, could learn a little bit more from Grady, even though Grady just showed up 4 games in his career. If you're not going to be hitting shots, help the team in other ways. Get out there and hustle. Get rebounds. Play really solid defense. Do that kind of stuff. I know Gary's good for defense and getting steals, but it really looked like Grady, even though his shot from outside wasn't going, he was finding ways to score, whether he's getting on offensive boards or whether just cutting and getting layups. I love that he tried to do that dunk in transition. That was cool. And when he gets one of those, everybody's going to go crazy in the building. Seriously, he does that at home. He's going to make everybody go nuts. If he gets some sort of crazy high-flying dunk that's just badass in transition, he's going to get one. And everybody's going to go. He's going to be a legend after that. Watch. He's going to be a legend. A dude who looks like him, and he's going to go flying through the air and just like, wow. It'll be like Brent Berry kind of shit. Or something like, I did not expect that from him. And you'd be like, holy crap. I wish he had gotten that dunk the other day. Because if he had, it would have been one of the best highlights this week. Seriously. Because you don't expect that from him. You really don't. He looks like he's not that athletic, but he is. He's deceivingly athletic. Deceivingly. Cowboys saying, have you called Darko yet? I'm not going to call Darko. He's busy. He has a lot of time. When Darko wants to talk to us, he'll come here in the chat, just like he did before. You know, the more I'm thinking about it, maybe it was really Darko that was here with us this summer. You know, the way he talks in interviews and the way he talked in this chat is very similar. Do you think about that? Like what he was saying to us could have been Darko. So I'm like, man, if he shows back up here where it's not so busy for the Raptors, we'll have to see. And that could be part of the why he's not around anymore. He's super busy. And when he first came to Toronto, he was getting the lay of the land. Maybe he was excited. He wanted to go see Fan Nations. He found our channel. He starts, hey, freaks, how are you doing, freaks? You were great fans and stuff like that. Hey, who knows? My theory is it could have actually been Darko in our chat earlier this summer talking to us. Some people may laugh at you like, you're crazy. You think that was Darko. I don't know. You guys remember when he was here, how he sounded and the way he talked to us. It's very similar to his verbal stuff that how he talks in interviews right now. So it could have been him. That's a really weird thing. Let's see. Kareem saying, I woke up this morning and watched the new Saw movie. Darko should take a few plays from John Kramer. Yikes. Why are you getting up in the morning and watching that first thing? Are you really orienting your day with psychopaths? Crazy. We watched New Jack City last night. I saw Siakam's costume the other day, and I was like, man, I got to get Adriana to watch New Jack City because she had never seen it. So we watched it last night. And I was like, this is who Siakam dressed up as for Halloween. And of course, that scene with him holding the guy over the bridge at the beginning is the very beginning. And we're watching it, and the Rasta man gets shot in the head, and Adriana's like, oh, my God. And I forgot how violent that movie was. In some ways, she's very sheltered, and she hasn't seen movies like this. I feel bad, but it was interesting to see the great, amazing performance of Chris Rock as Pookie and her seeing the acting chops of Chris Rock. She's like, oh my God, I didn't realize Chris Rock was such a good, serious actor. And then her seeing like young Ice-T in that movie as Scotty. It was really fun watching that movie with her last night. It's old and it's crazy. It's aged pretty well. And the message in that movie is so important even today. And Nino Brown is such a wickedly bad villain. Such a wickedly bad villain. Yeah, we enjoyed watching New Jack City last night. She'd never seen it. And I had to rectify that. That's right. Smooth saying, I don't like that Klutch is beginning to dominate the player agent space. It's becoming a monopoly, and LeBron is getting kickbacks on all of this shit. Yeah, that's part of the reason why he's one of the very few billionaires in sports. Magic Johnson recently joining that group. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's collusion. There's so much corruption in the NBA at this point. I'm just sick of it. In some ways, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to root for the Raptors, and I love them, and I'm going to be dedicated to them. But in some ways, I know this is a fucked up thing all around in a lot of ways. In some ways, I do want to go to the CBL and just be a freak about those teams instead and really make it Canadian, all about Canada. But it sucks. It sucks, man. The NBA is getting worse and worse. I can honestly say that. I can honestly say the NBA has gone in a decline in entertainment value and just competitiveness and product since the 1990s. The league has gotten worse and worse in the last 25 years. And I really worry about where it's going, whether it's the stuff you're just talking about with Klutch and LeBron James, whether it's the betting with Bet Rivers and all that bullshit, whether it's the softness of the players, whether it's the exorbitant salaries with different things. I mean, whatever it is, I'm worried about this league because this league sucks and it's getting worse and worse. Adam Silver, you've done a shitty job. Since David Stern passed on and moved away from the game, you have not done a good job taking the baton since he stepped down. He was really good. Like David Stern was a fantastic NBA commissioner. He was the greatest NBA commissioner ever. And he probably is one of the best commissioners of sports ever in the history of any sport. He made the NBA what it is. And in some ways, Adam Silver has mutated it into something ugly and stupid since then. And I hate that. I hate that so much. Trevor's saying we have to give them time to grow, just like a baby. You have to crawl before you walk. Exactly. That's a really good analogy, Trevor J. That's exactly right. Seymour wants a dunk for Cowboy. Oh, we can give a dunk to Cowboy. Let's see. Where's Cowboy on here? We'll give Cowboy another dunk from Seymour Pate. That's right. Wayne Strainer saying, good to see my freaks calming down. It's not supposed to be a surprise. We basically agreed there would be tough going along the way. Anyway, I noticed I don't get dunks for positivity. All right. You want one, Wayne? You get one. We're trying to figure out what dunks should be for. Knowledge, funniness, positivity. Sure. Those are the three things I'll give dunks for. This technically was funny, witty, funny comments. But in some ways, I want to reward the knowledge of Cool Cat and G. I want to reward the positivity of you and Carlo JS. So, yeah, we can give you guys dunks for that, too. That's right. And G saying Wayne has been even keeled. He does deserve an alley-oop. There you go. I agree with that. We know what we're going to give him two right now. There you go. There's not a scientific method to dunks. They're really just me marking on a page, and I'll add them up later and tell you where you're at. Cowboy's saying, I'm coming to Cowtown for Christmas, Seymour. If you want to have a beer, let me know, bro. That's awesome. So Bradley is going to be going to Alberta. You guys should look each other up, and maybe you guys can hang out. That'd be awesome. Seymour saying, Wayne, the last few games have shown there really are two sides of fans. Those who call themselves real ones and those who are family positively always win. Yeah. 2024 and in-season champions. Let's fucking go. I love it. Well, this is the thing. Some people are miserable fucks in their life. And if the Raptors aren't doing well, they want to be abusive towards them. In some ways, the way you treat your team says a lot about how you treat your loved ones. If your team is what you love and you're abusive towards it, are you a toxic person in your personal relationship? Because I wonder about that. Like if you're a dude who's like, the Raptors suck, fuck them. Siakam's an idiot. I hate him. If you're like that, and I wonder how you talk to your girlfriend. Like, seriously, if your girlfriend is kind of slacking or not doing well in her job or something, are you like, I hate you, you're stupid. Are you abusive towards them? Because that's what I start to think. Because when I look at people and how they love something, if they have an ugly love or an abusive love, then I start thinking, are you an abusive, toxic partner? Like, are you a bad person to your family? That's what I start thinking. I start making those kind of snap judgments about people. It's like, oh, you're going to talk about the Raptors and you're a Raptors fan and you talk like this? I mean, I understand other fan nations coming in and acting like they're Raptor fans and saying bullshit and just trying to stir the pot. But if you're truly in your heart think you're a Raptor fan and you're very, very negative about them or you're abusive towards them, like I just described, maybe you should kind of correct your behavior. Maybe you should seek out some maturity on this. Or if you don't like what I just described, and you don't want to be like that, well, don't be like that. It may open your eyes and be like, holy crap, I have been wrong about how I've been treating the Raptors. I love that team, and I don't want to be part of the problem. I don't want to be an abusive person towards the team. So you can change today. Then do that. Yeah. Seymour saying, hit me up. Bridgeland Distillery or Original Joe's on Stephen Avenue. All right. He just told you his local haunts. So, yeah, there you go, Bradley. You can go find him. You maybe do a little mini movie, The Search for Seymour in Alberta. Yeah, he's like, hi, I'm Bradley. I'm the Canadian Cowboy. I'm here in Calgary, and I'm on my way to find a Raptor freak named Seymour Pape. And he's like on the streets of Calgary walking around. He's like, hey, do you know Seymour Pape? He's a Raptor freak. I don't know who you're talking to. Who are you talking about? That'd be fun, little mini movie. Yeah, it's like my dinner with Andre, Bradley's dinner with Seymour. I like it. Let's do that. A little mini movie. Yeah. Cowboy saying, haven't seen my daughters haven't seen my two daughters for a minute. I can't wait. Let's go. Can't wait to fell minus 45 plus again. Oh, you're feeling minus 45 plus again. You come in there in the middle of the winter. Yikes. And Seymour's laughing about it. All right, you go see your daughters, Bradley. Wayne's saying, actually, in the Caribbean and Jones and Smith on the Fan 590 stream is excellent. Those guys are wonderful to listen to. Bucks lost last game by 31 points. They're not looking to lose two straight. Yeah, they're going to be hungry to not be embarrassed again. The Hawks beating them pretty bad the other day. Now, they've had a couple days off, too, because they played on Sunday, but we played on Monday. So it shouldn't really matter. But them losing to the Hawks, yeah, they're going to not want to lose another one in a row. And also, they're thinking about what their record looks like, and they want to make sure it still looks winning and good. So they're going to be a tough game. Tonight. It's Giannis and Dame. Come on. Come on. That's a very difficult duo, and we have not seen them yet together, and we will tonight. That's right. I cannot recommend enough Jones and Smith. Those guys are real deal, real broadcasters. These guys know what they're talking about. Paul Jones, we love you. We did the Share Love Club for you. Eric Smith, great personality around the Fan 590 for so long. And they are definitely good content to go listen to. Guys that know what they're talking about. And they really actually love the team. And they really are kind of like positive kind of broadcasters. We don't have every single broadcaster positive about the Raptors. And some of them are really assholes about it. But these guys are good. And I'm with you on that, Wayne. Yeah. Fiercely saying, laugh out loud at the annoying girl in the DJ booth. Please, DJ Darko, please play. It's automatic. It's automatic. It's automatic. It's automatic. It's automatic. Please, shut up. I'll play it, okay? Jeez. Go get a drink or something. Jeez. I spent a lot of time in DJ booths in the early 2000s at the Velvet Underground when I was working there. I was a bar back, but I used to always hang out in the DJ booth with DJ Hanna as he played the 80s goth hits. And I'd be like up there, and these girls would come up and be like, play some Morrissey, play Morrissey. And he's like, and DJ Han's like, okay. And he's like, yeah. So I have time in DJ booths. I wasn't playing the music, although I could. I'm a very good DJ, radio DJ, but I could be a club DJ also. But yeah, some past life. Yeah, past life. Seymour saying, once the Bucks locks eyes with the Raptor, it runs for its life. Stay hungry, Raptors. Stay hungry. What are you, that guy from the Dos Equis? Stay thirsty, my friends. Or whoever. Yeah, what is it? Stay hungry, my friends. Listen, I'm not doing the real mascot matchup anymore. But yeah, we've done that one before. Buck versus Raptor. That's right. Fiercely Salsera saying Masai should protect his mental health. No need to read the BS people put out on social media. He's not reading any of it. No, he's not reading any of it. He's too busy. He might look at Shams and Woj. That may be who he's looking at. He's looking at Shams and Woj. He's looking at calling and talking to other GM offices. He's talking to agents. He's talking to players. He's talking to people that matter and not idiots that are just talking shit like me on TV, on the YouTube. Let's see. Randolph saying, Lex, I watched Dennis's interview with Will Liu yesterday, and I am hopefully inspired. Many have lost focus on the fact that they need time to gel. Yeah, Dennis is a true pro. And these guys know from the inside, if they're not panicking and they understand like losing sucks, maybe they need to sit in that losing to really, really get the change and the motivation and the pride to change things. They said in the interviews in the last day or so, this is a prideful group. This isn't a group that is not okay with this. They're not okay with what's been happening. They're very prideful, and they're going to show something. And in some ways, that's what we need as fans. We need to show them that they need to show that they care, that they really give a shit about trying to win. And that's where we're kind of feeling sad, because it feels like from Monday night and what happened at the end of the game that they're not trying or not able to win. And we need to see them come out and prove and have some pride. So we're hearing murmurs from, or what they're saying in the interviews, we have pride and we want to show something. And hopefully they do. They need to just compete and play really well with the Bucks, win or lose. If they compete with a top team like that, we can hold our heads high. Now, if they get absolutely routed and blown out and look absolutely incompetent, well, it's going to be a little bit more like Monday night again. It will. But hopefully it'll be a competitive game and we play when we look like we belong with them. Let's just put it that way. Salute to Randolph for sure. And Cowboys saying alley-oop to Fiercey. All right, you want an alley-oop to Fiercey Salsera? All right, Fiercey Salsera is getting that alley-oop. That's right. Let's see. Wayne Strainer continuing with his comments here. Let's see what Wayne is saying. I want to get all of them, so I don't want to skip. Of course, it jumped once again. It always does. It always does. All right, let's see. What veterans are not needed now? Isn't obvious McDaniels and Flynn need to play. Stop thinking in the now. Access after 10 games, then 20, etc. Management by developmental objectives. In some ways, you don't want to overplay or rely on your vets too much, but they could be break in case of emergency kind of vets. In some ways, I want them to just test that out and get them out there just in case. Now, seriously, if Jalen McDaniels or Malachi or any of the bench guys are not producing, you may want to flip guys out of the rotation just for one night and see if you can get a rise out of them, just like Chris Boucher missed in the first night of the season. In some ways, that's a smart thing. He's like, all of a sudden, you just take Jalen McDaniels minutes from him and give them to Otto one night. That may wake him up and get a better outcome from him the next night. So I like that strategy of saying, it was like, look, you guys, you young guys, I want to develop you and play you, but we're going to have you sit tonight and make you really want it. And Otto or Thad are getting your minutes tonight. I think that would be smart. Yeah. Seymour saying Chef Boyardookie. David's saying easy W tonight. Let's go. I wish. David, holy crap. I wish. Hopefully that's right. We'll see. We have a lot of good luck against the Bucks over the years. We have owned them in a lot of different ways over the years. We really have. We've always beaten them in the playoffs. And also, we usually beat them during the regular season. So hopefully that continues. It's less likely this year than ever, but we'll see. Cowboys saying Buck Burgers at 7 p.m. Don't be late, Darko said. Chef Boyardookie style on the skillet. Yeah, do it on the cast iron skillet. That's right, y'all. Get that cast iron skillet out there. Bam. Fun guy said, thing is, we do match up well against the Bucks, even more now with Yaka, but it's a new year, a new slate. I still like the matchup, kind of. No Drew Holiday. Don't clamp our guards like previous years. Yeah, we'll have to see. We have so much we still got to figure out and get more used to and get in a rhythm with. That in some ways, you're thinking a little more deeply on stuff. In some ways, I just want them to run a competent offense and stay together and play solid defense all 48 minutes. If they do that, and they've been saying this the last couple of days, if they stay together and play solid defense all 48 minutes, communicate, and just don't have any lapses of judgment, they're in a good position to win that game. And that's really where it all starts from. Then the offense and stuff, we got to figure that out, try and get in paint touches and get in transition. And the other thing they've been keying on in the interviews in the last day or so is defensive rebounding. This is the thing that don't make sense to me. This is always was taught to me as a youngster when I was learning basketball. The most important part of defense is the defensive rebound, because it signifies that your defensive part has ended. You're closing the defense that you have to do by getting the rebound. And when Darko's saying like these guys aren't getting the defensive rebound and the other team's getting offensive points off of offensive rebounds, it's really disheartening. It's true. And then also, if we don't get the defensive rebound, we don't get in the break as much. That's a problem too. So one of the things they've been really keying on since the Portland loss is talking about boxing out and making sure the defensive rebound is grabbed. because that is a really key part to ending the defense and that possession. You can't play good defense if you don't get the defensive rebound. Is basically it. Yeah, you can guard them and keep them shadowed and make them miss, but if you don't get the fucking rebound off that miss, then it's no good. So that's the part of the defense they got to clean up, is the securing the defensive rebound to end the defensive possession. And that's something that's easier to fix than a lot of things on a court. So if we see this happening better tonight, we may have better results in the game possibly. Because that really is an Achilles heel that they showed in the last couple games, actually. So let's see. Fun Guy's saying, oh, yeah, I reread that one. You want an alley-oop to David for being so positive about us winning? I love it. I love it. Seymour saying, wait, I actually might have deer sticks in my deep freezer barbecue tonight. Get them out. Eat them. Signify something. Seriously, I did this every year for college football down south 20 years ago. When I was a Florida State student, and I was at Florida State, I would go to a particular restaurant at the very beginning of college football season, and I would get some Buffalo Alligator. That's right. That's right. They serve alligator in some restaurants in Tallahassee. And I would go to this particular restaurant that had alligator, and they buffalo it just like wings. They put that buffalo sauce all over it. And it tastes kind of like chicken. It's a little tougher, but it's good. I love it. I love eating alligator. And I would eat it because the Seminoles would play the Florida Gators. The Florida Gators are our biggest rivalry in college football. So to signify we're going to beat the Gators this year, I'd go eat alligator that before every season of college football in September, August, around that time. And it really was a Florida State Seminole eating that alligator. That's right. So you do that tonight, Seymour. It can't hurt. It can't hurt. Eat that deer today and let it signify the Raptors eating up the Milwaukee Bucks on our court tonight. That's right. Randolph saying, Lex, Skal on NBA radio says he loves Toronto's new system of passing. He also says it takes time to fully implement a new system. Yeah, this is all very true. And I like hearing that experts, not keyboard warriors, not idiots, are seeing the fruits or possibilities with what Darko's trying to establish here. And they like it. I think I like it too. I think there's a lot to like about it. There's going to be naysayers. There's going to be pessimists. There's going to be people tearing it down in every kind of way, like I will the other teams. And they're going to do that. And without success, it'll be easy for them to do that. But as success comes more and more, it will be harder for them to be taken seriously. So I like what Skal is saying on NBA radio. I like that. Anybody who's recognizing the Raptors are doing good things right now, thank you. A lot of people are recognizing Scotty and being possibly a very serious problem for the rest of the league. And I appreciate that. They really do understand this. There's a lot of people on Twitter, I'll give them credit for this. They're coming out and saying right now that it is by far for sure Scotty Barnes is the best player in his draft class. That all these Evan Mobley people, all these people with Franz Wagner, all these people, they need to shut up because it's very, very clear that our boy Barnes is number one in his draft class. And people are starting to actually not argue it anymore, because they see what he's doing right now, and they're like, holy shit, he's undeniably the best player from his draft class. And that's not even just Raptors fans. These are fans from around the league that are recognizing the greatness of Scotty and what's potentially going to happen with him. So there you go. I love it. It's good eating. That's right. Gator and deer, very good eating. Good to eat those animals that most people don't eat all the time. That's right. There's a lot of animals you could eat that most people wouldn't eat, like crickets and stuff like that, or roaches. People eat roaches in some countries. Yeah, they're good protein, I'm telling you. Or worms. They were trying to eat worms on Survivor last week. They couldn't eat them. They were too squirmy. Oh, gross. Get it out of my mouth. Yeah. Seymour saying, I'm going to name each piece on the grill Lillard getting extra fried. There you go. Getting a dunk, Seymour, for grilling up Damian Lillard tonight on your grill. You grill up Damian and Giannis and Brooke Lopez and Chris Middleton. That's right. Put Middleton in the middle. That makes sense. You just put them all in a row. You'll have Lillard, Lopez, Middleton, Antetokounmpo. Yeah. And maybe another Antetokounmpo. Yeah. Let's see. Cowboys saying, yep, with OG spicing. Original spicing. OG spicing. Let's see. That's pause. Seymour saying Trey Murphy was the ref. Okay, it was Trey Murphy. I get those two mixed up. Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. It was Trey Murphy that was dressed as the ref. Yeah, that's pretty funny. And honestly, as a guy who does the ref report and really is interested in the refs, it's hilarious that he did that. It's absolutely hilarious, but I don't think it'll help his team. They got blown out that night. That's for sure. That cast iron skillet, that's right. Cool Cat saying, I have my tickets for the Fred VanVleet game already. We will be cheering for sure. The social media trolls are loud and negative. They are not in the arena. This is true too. These motherfuckers don't come out to see the light of day. Everybody who said they're going to boo Nick Nurse last Saturday, none of them came to the arena and did it. Or if they did, they didn't have the guts to do it. They didn't have the guts to do it. In some ways, that says a lot about that mentality and those people. It's real easy to hide in anonymity behind a keyboard, motherfuckers. Yeah, you come to light. Come and see us at the game and try and do that shit in person for Fred VanVleet. You'll find out. Cool Cat will give you a death stare. That's right. You boo Fred VanVleet next to her in her section in February. You will see Cool Cat give you that death stare and be like, what are you doing? yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. David's saying, and Dana's saying it's alphabetical. It's alphabetical. I like that. It's alphabetical. Fiercely saying, give the NBA the benefit of the doubt. When there are ties, they may put us last as our name starts with a T. This is true too. But that's convenient. That's convenient, of course. It's kind of true. It's alphabetical. You guys are right. But still, I hate it. They love putting us down there, and it's easy because we're T. But yeah, that's part of it. It's true. It's just I hate looking at it that way. Just put Cleveland underneath us. I don't care if it's not alphabetically ordered. Just put Cleveland underneath us. Sometimes I wonder if it's alphabetical or it's the most points you scored or the points you're averaging or your point differential between the team, your opponents. Like sometimes that's what determines that. I mean, they could make it anything. In every case, it could be that we should be above the other team alphabetically, like Washington. But all of a sudden, Washington's above us in the standings or something like that. Watch for that, just in case. It's not alphabetical after all. We'll have to see. Cowboys saying, good morning, Dana and all the Raptor freaks. That's right. Good morning. Cool Cat saying, in space is very late. I found out that it was Boston fans doing the racist stuff on Pascal. I could have told you that. They know the accounts that did the go back to Africa in the petition page, not Raptors fans. Of course it was them. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody since I started this channel. There's other fans from other nations infiltrating Raptors Nation. We do it to other nations too, and they do it to each other too in other places. And it's all like weird fucking political propaganda, like war. Just like Russian bots would do shit. Well, there's Celtic bots and weird fucking accounts. And this totally sounds like them. They're racist as fuck. And they had no problem writing racist ass shit like that about Siakam. It's their calling card. In fact, if you had asked me when I saw it, I would have told you that's a Boston fan that did it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, man, Boston fans are fucked up. No Toronto fan would do that. And if they did, they're not actually a Toronto fan, obviously, because they have that level of racist hate. How are you even a basketball fan? And if these are Celtics fans and they're that racial and that fucked up, that tells you all you need to know about that fucked up city and their racial problems and fucking being racist and fucking Bill Russell's history with them fucking destroying his house and writing shit all over his walls and fucking his house up while he's out. And that's the tradition of ugly ass racist motherfuckers, white motherfuckers in Boston. Yeah, they did that Pascal shit. I know they did. I knew it when I saw it. I was like, that's Boston fan right there. And they got a linkage to it and they can prove it now. There we go. There we go. Once again, Lex was right. The other fans are doing shit in our fan nation to confuse shit. And there you go. Right there. Perfect. Thank you, Cool Cat, for that. David's saying last year we had a shitty schedule to start with as well. We have a tendency to W games we shouldn't and lose games we should. W's are coming. That's right. And David's exactly right. Now, I looked at that as partly a trait of a Nick Nurse team. I want to see what the trait is of a Darko team. Because in some ways, that was a trait of a Nick Nurse team. And I want to hope that it can carry over and still be that way. But in some ways, we got to learn Darko's characteristics as a coach and what his strengths and weaknesses are. And right now, we don't have enough information to find out all that stuff. Now, we see a big-time win over one of these two games tonight or tomorrow. That will be part of learning what we're talking about right now with David. That's right. Cowboys saying alley-oop to Dana and Fiercey. All right, you want to give more alley-oops out? Bradley, you can. All right, where's Fiercey? Fiercey first and Dana second. Where's Dana? There's Dana. All right, there you go. All right, let's see. Cowboys saying, hope everyone enjoyed the Halloween. Yeah, it was fun. I came out here to Adriana's to keep her company because her dad went to see his girlfriend. And she wanted to give candy out, and she wouldn't have felt comfortable being here by herself giving candy out. So I came out to be here with her. And she said there were so many princesses, and we're out in a little nice suburban neighborhood out in Scarborough. And she was so happy to give the candy to the cute kids. So many cute kids. She was just, oh, I love these kids. They're so cute. And there were a lot of kids. There were a lot of trick-or-treaters last night. So that was kind of our Halloween last night, watching New Jack City and giving candy out to the kids. Very simple, easy night. Didn't get dressed up. Nah, I'm not going to dress up. Let's see. David's saying Flynn can be the 6 foul guy. He's not 7 foot, but he certainly leveled Naz Reid and Rudy. I know. I want that 6 foul guy. Where's the Tyler Hansbrough? Can we get a Tyler Hansbrough on this team? Darko, please. I want a Tyler Hansbrough. G saying, yeah, look, he's brought him up right after I said that. G, holy crap. G and I think the same way. I did not. Maybe I subliminally saw it. Former Raptor Tyler Hansbrough said Toronto is the best city I've ever lived in. It's amazing. Beautiful. We're not even talking about the same thing. And we brought up Tyler Hansbrough. I'd say a 6 foul guy, Tyler Hansbrough. That's one of the first people I think of. And he loves this city. That's funny you thought of him too there. Gee, I'm giving you a dunk. For some reason, we were on the same wavelength. I don't understand why. We always have been, though. Since we've been hanging out here, you always have been. Let's see. Fiercely saying, Tom Duke needs to do the live stream with you, please. Well, he did the last time he came here, and he probably will. We'll have to see. In some ways, he's got to get up and get to my house in time in the morning. I'm sure he will. And he will probably do some of the live streams with me. So that shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. Tom Duke is saying he's shy, though. He did do the live stream, but he just doesn't talk a whole lot. He just sits there. Maybe we'll get him more interacted in it before. In some ways, it's hard to do the live stream with me because you got to know how to jump in and out like a color commentary team, like Jack and Matt. And in some ways, I'm hard to jump in and out with if you're not professionally trained in media. In some ways, we found that with Gerald and with my dad when they both co-hosted with me. I'll give y'all spots, but you need to jump in and take them. I'll give you the cue and I'm saying, hey, Tom, what do you think about that? And then boom, go with it. Go with it then. But don't be hesitant. Go in there and get it. That's what I'm saying. Carlos saying Psycho T loves Toronto. We love Psycho T. In some ways, he's an underrated, great Raptor. I love Tyler Hansbrough. Carlos saying our starting 5 of Dennis, Scotty, Pascal, OG, and Yak is an elite tier in offensive rating and defensive rating. It's the in-between lineups that have issues. That's right. We're a work in progress. We got to continue to progress to get better. And in the areas that were really glaringly bad, those are the areas. So we need heroes off the bench. We need better bench stuff. Maybe we need some trades to get better bench going. In some ways, it's not the home run of trading Pascal or OG and getting something for them. It's the home run of making slight changes off the bench to improve our bench. I feel like we really need to do that. And in some ways, Bobby Masai, I know that some people are saying we're not doing any trades. Like, I thank you, Sean Woodley of Locked On Raptors, for saying, y'all shut up with the trade talk right now. It's annoying and it's not realistic. No trade should be happening for the Raptors, he's saying, until December 15th. He said, give this team until December 15th to figure it out as it is with everybody on it right now. And if things are not going well by December 15th, then really start thinking about making moves around that time. And I'm with him. I'm with him on that. Sean Woodley, Locked On Raptors, not a bad content maker, not a bad guy. He sounds like Seth MacFarlane to me. I feel like I'm watching Family Guy when I watch him. Wayne saying, don't try selling Malachi analytics lexicon. Listen, he has good stats so far this year. He really does. He doesn't have bad stats. I'm looking at the shot percentage. His field goal percentage is actually pretty good right now. Wayne saying, we know what we see in reality. When Malachi runs point overall, point production fails. Not hating on him, however. We hurt every time he comes on the floor. He was really bad in preseason. And but he's been good so far in the regular season. I hear what you're saying, Wayne. And the production and when he's in the lineup, I get it. I'm not going to disagree with you. Cool Cat saying, I'll miss Yuta Watanabe on our team. He was injured with us. Now he's blossoming now. He's like Kevin Durant's buddy. He really is. He's like Kevin Durant's Batman. Well, Yuta is Robin in some ways. After being with him in Brooklyn, they really did bond. And specifically, Kevin asked for Yuta Watanabe to be on the Phoenix Suns with him right now. So in some ways, Yuta is a really good friend to have right now because he really values playing with him and enjoys having him around on the team. In some ways, Yuta brings out the joy in basketball for Kevin. was before Yuta showed up with Brooklyn. Kevin was miserable. You could see he had lost some of the child joy of playing basketball and being a professional basketball player, and Yuta brought it back in him. So in some ways, that's why Yuta is so important, is other than just being a great cutter and an outlet and a drive and kick, but also because of the vibes and him bringing that youthful love for the game once again, because they brought it out in Kevin in some ways. Yeah. Cool Cat saying, good news. Toronto's defense is top 5 in the league. Our offense will pick up soon after we get accustomed to Coach Darko's FIBA-style offense. That's right. Work in progress. The offense will take longer. The defense, we can start doing solidly now. It's just going to take discipline, staying communicative with each other, and being working together all together on a string. And then we'll be fine. The defense is already showing up on the NBA defensive stats. That's perfect. And you're exactly right, Cool Cat. The offense will come around too. Fiercely saying, I actually think it's a good thing OG played against the Blazers, gave him a chance to realign after that cramp and be ready for tonight and tomorrow. Go OG, a.k.a. our master plumber. Yeah, we need him tonight. That's for sure with Anakumto. He said he feels perfectly fine. They interviewed him yesterday, and he says he's fine. It's everything cleaned up. That cramp was just, it was weird. He said it never happened to him before. He said he got it in the first game of the season too, and then he got it in the Chicago game also. And that's what was worrisome, that he had never had it before. I really think it was a dehydration kind of thing. Usually when you get cramps, it's because you don't have enough water in your body and stuff like that, electrolytes, stuff like that. So it's never happened with him before. It was a new thing, and it was a little weird. But he says he's perfectly fine since Saturday. After missing the game against Philly, he's felt better since. So Fiercely saying, Darko has disappeared on us, the chat, but we'll give him a pass. He's super busy. I'd be kind of upset if he was in here talking to us. I would be like, well, dude, come on. You don't need to talk to us right now. You need to talk to your players and everybody else. Let's see. I loved his answer when they asked the impact on the Harden trade. He clearly minds his business, our business. Yeah, he has the same kind of philosophy as me. Really tunnel vision, and let's just work on ourselves. Who cares? We can get caught up in the Joneses and looking at what they're doing across the street, Milwaukee with Lillard, the Celtics, this, whatever. No, we're not worried about whether Harden got traded and who came back to Philly in exchange for him. No. As Darko said, we are more worried about ourselves and looking inward and working on ourselves than worrying about what other people are doing. We can't control what those other people are going to do and who they are when they show up. Of course, we're doing scouting reports and we're preparing for them, but he's not going to talk about that with the press. But in some ways, he don't give a fuck that James Harden got traded to the Clippers yesterday. He doesn't give a fuck at all. That's right. Fiercely saying, LeBron preparing his retirement plan. I have to give it to him. Smart and savvy businessman, although I don't respect the collusion aspect of it. I just think it's really gross and disgusting. And it shouldn't be allowed. I mean, he's one singular player that'll ever get this to happen. I'll bet you. Nobody else will ever be able to do this ever again. And maybe they'll change the rules after he retire so that nobody can do this ever again, because they kind of need to. In some ways, he found a loophole. And the way that he works in partnership with Rich Paul and Klutch is not totally good for the league. Just like the bet rivers and the betting stuff isn't good for the league either. It all just adds a whole level of dubiousness that the NBA just doesn't need. They really don't. Y'all don't need to be looking like Tim Donaghy's fixed league. And with the betting and people that are working for the betting companies like Shams and in charge of your information, it's messed up. And I saw that thing you posted, Seymour, the TikTok thing on Shams and Woj, talking about their why they're so powerful in the league and how much power they have. Is true. They can ruin guys' careers by putting out rumors about them, saying that they're a problem in the locker room or whatever. They're a lot more powerful than they need to be. And in some ways, I hate that because they could hurt our franchise with some of the things they say. They're that powerful right now. Woj and Shams. It's messed up. It's really, really messed up. All right, let's see. Country Kong saying there's a good chance that was Darko. OG was definitely not ready to play. He shot 2 of 9 from 3, which is surprising for him. 9 3-point attempts is a lot for him. I don't think he felt healthy enough to drive. Well, everybody was missing on that night. It wasn't just OG. And he was one of the better shooters at 2 for 9. Yeah, I don't know. I think OG wanted to play. He was healthy. He said it yesterday. He said, I felt good. And I was ready to play against Portland. Also there's the first game back, kind of getting rust shaken off kind of thing. That why he shot so bad in that game. I'm a fun guy saying Halloween is like a movie. Laugh my ass off. It's crazy. It blew my mind just how much people are out and about. You don't see anything like Halloween ever, like a bunch of ants outside during Halloween. It's crazy. It's interesting because we're post-pandemic, and there were some years where it was like so quiet on Halloween, and we've had such like not normal kind of Halloweens. To see it back in full effect and people out there enjoying their lives, it's fantastic in a lot of ways. It really, really is. Raps Love saying, in my life, immediate family first, then my dog, and after them, my girlfriend. Raptors behind my dog. What? I mean, in some ways, I got to give you that because that's kind of messed up. Like, you're putting your dog and the Raptors ahead of your girlfriend. I mean, I get it, Raps Love. I get it. You're a real one. But, man, that's like, don't let her see that. Seriously. Don't let her know this. Don't broadcast this to her. You know, I love you, honey, but not as much as my dog and not as much as the Toronto Raptors. You know, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. David's laughing about it. Hilarious. All right, let me see what else y'all are saying here. G saying, let's hope your girlfriend doesn't watch the stream. See, G and I, very similar brains. Very similar brains. Tom Duke has got them in order here. There's the family, there's the dog, there's the Raptors, and there's the girlfriend. Let's go Raptors. Wow. Cowboy's saying, I have a feeling Freedom Liberty is going to get some minutes tonight. Well, if he's activated, I've noticed what Darko's doing. He's kind of carouseling the two ways. He had Freeman Liberty dressed to play on Friday. Then he had Ron dressed to play in the one of the games. And I'm going to guess that he's going to have Marquee dressed to play in one of these games coming up too. Yeah, I'm going to guess that. I told y'all about Marquise's little shooting displays before the game recently. Very, very interesting stuff. Marquise's range and what he can do. Let's see. Cowboys saying, or no, Country Kong saying, I would love to be positive all year, but there are two reasons we can't have unlimited patience. Siakam Supermax and the Spurs have our pick, top 6 protected. No rush, but we have to pick a direction. So if we're in the top 6, they get our pick, is what you're saying. So if we're below the top 6, then we will keep our pick. If we're like the 7th pick, we keep our pick. Okay, I'm still confused about that. In some ways, so we do need to win. We do need to win to avoid giving our pick to the Spurs. If we're one of the worst 6 teams, then we're in trouble in some ways. And in some ways, we don't want to win the lottery. David's saying, we have picked a direction. Unfortunately, the trip is longer than 4 games. So I think all of the people that are having panic attacks in the back seat need to just take a fucking nap. We're fine. David, you're getting a dunk for that. That's just good, no nonsense bullshit right there. No nonsense. That's right. G saying, Siakam only gets a Supermax if he makes all NBA. If he doesn't play at that level, he doesn't qualify. If he plays at that level, it helps the team and he deserves it. If not, it's regular negotiations. There you go. In some ways, it's set up to be the right way for whatever it is. We don't mind paying you the Supermax, but it's got to happen. And we'll have to see if we mind paying him the Supermax. We're going to have to see. David's saying, right, which is why I didn't understand why everyone on YouTube has been talking about him not signing an extension in the offseason. Anyone who expected that has NFI what they are talking about. No fucking idea. That's what that means. NFI. I'm like, is that like a emo band? NFI or AFI? NFI. What is NFI? No fucking idea. That's what it is, Lex. Of course. All right. Yeah, the extension stuff is, well, how do y'all feel about him not getting extended now? There you go. In some ways, this is smart business by the front office. They got to hold off and make the right decisions at the right time. Carlos saying, yeah, and it was smart for the front office to not extend him outright if they forecasted this issue with him. He has a lot to prove. Well, they're thinking about Darko's system, and that may be the most important thing right now because Darko's system is built around Scott, and it has Scott in mind. And in some ways, our future is Scott. We know Scott is our future. And that's enough positivity for people to be really kind of thrilled and feeling good. Just realize it's like an expansion team or a young team that's starting and they have one really good player and they have to learn how to carry the team and lead the team to more victories than losing. And that is part of the development curve we're on right now. Is the Scott being the number one guy, leading the team and learning how to carry the team along with the other guys in balance to get more wins than losses. And it is going to be a process. It is. And it was very smart of them, the way they've been doing things with the extension. Scotty's got his done. So there you go. That's the one that matters right now the most. Paul B saying Raptors going to destroy the Bucks. The defense will be too much for them to handle. Paul B's in Wisconsin. He's in Bucks country. Give us the details on the ground in Milwaukee and Wisconsin right now, Paul B. Tell us the weather, or tell us like how the people feel on the street. Give us that inside knowledge, that insider Wisconsin knowledge, since you're there. And I mean, the team's here in Milwaukee and we're playing in Toronto tonight, but just give us some vibes check on the streets of Wisconsin real quick, please. G saying tonight's game plan should be go at Dame. His defense is not great. That's interesting. You know, maybe we can post him like a little baby. Maybe we can make him look like Kobe White and Alex Caruso the other night. Just beat up on a little baby. Dame Lillard. I like that. That's a great game plan. That's a good key to victory. Let's take advantage of Dame Lillard's bad defense. That's great. Wayne Strainer saying, totally want to see Thad and Otto, but you only develop by real game situations. After 10 games, an assessment will be done. They just have to fight through it. Vets will be playing when needed. Yeah, they really are breaking in case of emergency. And I want to see them. I do. These guys are valuable to use in certain situations, and we need to utilize everything we got. We can't like just leave these guys dusty on the shelf all year, Darko. In some ways, we're going to utilize Young and Porter and Temple in very, very smart ways, I hope. David's saying, I don't see this issue with Pascal that everyone has been worried about. He's not screaming every time he drives the net. When he starts doing that, then we need to worry. What? That's his signature call. Yeah. In some ways, I mean, in some ways, he's not doing that as much because he's not getting the ISOs to do that as much. That's part of it. I've heard him scream a couple times this year already. Let's see. G saying, laugh out loud. David, him not screaming actually bothers me. He wants him to scream. It's almost like a prerequisite for the game. We need to hear Pascal screaming. Then we know we're watching a Raptors game. David's saying, nah, from what I have seen, those screams are an indication of him being frustrated. It mentally affects him in his production and his attitude on the floor. I could be wrong, though, unlikely. I'm going to see this. I don't see it the same way as you, David. I see this kind of like, what was her name? Capriati, or one of these female tennis players from back in the day. Every time they hit the ball, they're like, ugh, you know, like Steffi Graf or somebody like, who was it? Anybody who knows tennis, you know, the famous female grunting tennis player. Every time they hit, they're like, ugh. I feel like that's what it is. It's kind of like it's an audible part of the energy to go into the move to make it happen. And it's not actually a stress thing. It's like it's more like just like a emphatic, like I'm putting energy into this move to finish it. It's not like he's in duress or he's upset. It's just part of the energy to make the move happen. Maybe it's a little bit of calling out to get the call, and like and like the ref may call the whistle. Maybe they don't. I never took it as him being under duress or upset. I just took it as he's calling attention to getting contact is what it is. And in some ways, it's kind of like the female tennis player grunting every time they hit the tennis ball back at the other player. Yeah. Paul B saying, who do you think would pair well with Scotty in an imaginary world? Kuminga or Cam Thomas? All right. I'm not all that familiar with either of those guys' games on a high level. I know that Cam Thomas has had huge success since the Durant trade in filling in and coming to the Brooklyn Nets, and he's been a scorer. But in some ways, I see his scoring as being hollow, like a Mike James kind of like leading scorer kind of scorer. Mike James played for the Raptors and led our team in scoring for a while, but it was hollow scoring. And in some ways, I see Cam Thomas as being a hollow scorer. There's something about him that's like, okay, he can score a lot, but he can't do anything else, or he's not very good at a whole bunch of other things. So I don't know. I'm not high on Cam Thomas. Kuminga has a lot of hype around him, and he may be the better player of those two in the long run. But in some ways, Kuminga's also been a project, and he's been a problem, and he hasn't totally been working well. And like with the Warriors, which is a red flag. If you can't succeed coming up in the Warriors organization, a very good organization, then there's something wrong with that personality. So in some ways, I wouldn't pair either one of them. Can I have more choices, Paul? Can I have more choices? Kareem saying there was a bunch of teenagers in my area running around in bananas costumes. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Must have been about 15 of them. Like the bananas in pajamas, like that cartoon, like the bananas in pajamas. You know those guys? That's pretty hilarious. I like that. I like a bunch of bananas running around in Kareem's neighborhood. That's fun. David's saying Pascal Siakam is who he wants to pair with Scotty. Answering to Paul B. Jalen Green and Scotty would be fun to watch. Yeah, they'd be fun to watch because they have a body of work together already. and they are very connected, and they know each other really well. I don't know if I like Jalen Green's game, though. In some ways, he's not the kind of player I'd want on the Raptors. High volume, not very efficient. He's kind of more sizzle than steak. Let's just put it that way. He's very athletic. He has some great dunks. He is impressive in certain ways, but in some ways, he's not a good NBA player. And in some ways, he's not ever going to be a winning player. In fact, in some ways, him being on Houston, yeah, he's part of the problem. We know this. He doesn't play defense. So as much as they're best friends and it'd be cool to reunite Scottie with Jalen Green, I wouldn't want to do this because I feel like Jalen Green would net hurt our team overall, just like he hurts the Rockets. I don't think he's a good player. In some ways, he's a lot of style and no substance. There's no substance there is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Let's see. Country Kong saying dunk for David for sure. All right. We'll give David a dunk. Why not? Why not? Where is why not? Why not's in our fantasy league. Dunk for David for sure. WStream Lex. I'm a huge Raptors fan at heart, and I have a tendency to overreact. I seriously appreciate Lex and this channel for bringing me back down to earth. Go Raptors. In some ways, this is part of the fight and the reason why we want to do this. If anything, this is like a self-help group for Raptors fans going through it if we're losing. In some ways, we need to touch reality and base with each other just to kind of keep each other grounded, whether we're getting too crazy and on the ledge or whether we're too crazy and like pie in the sky, like positive. It's not too crazy, Lex. You're too positive. Well, I like being too positive. It's better. But this is true. And this has worked both ways in some ways, Country Kong. Because some mornings I'll come in and I'll be the one who's absolutely like defeated and depressed, and y'all will cheer me up and get me in the right place. So this is a collective, and it goes both ways. Y'all help me too in the same way that you just described. You really do. Cowboy's saying this shit is bananas. BANENES. Shit is bananas. BANENES. Bananas in pajamas. BANENES. David's saying, hang on. So crazy. Bananas. Sometimes when we care, we overreact. We're human, all good. Bam. And some of us have perfectionists in us. I know David does. I know there's a perfectionist in me too, to a degree. In some ways, we got to allow imperfection in our lives. Part of misery stems from being not okay with imperfection. You know, everybody wants a perfect life. And if their life isn't perfect, they're not exactly right. What if your life is like 98% perfect? And there's just that 2% that isn't exactly right. And it ruins like your really amazing, charmed, blessed life just because of that 2% that isn't exactly what you want. Man, that's crazy. That's just sad that you can't appreciate how amazingly charmed and blessed your life is because of that 1-2% that just annoys you. I lack this 2% in my life. I don't have this. And now I'm a miserable fuck. Even though you have everything else in the world. Oh my gosh, money does not buy you happiness. No, it doesn't. But it makes it a lot easier to find happiness. That's the damn truth. That's right. Let's see. Alley-oop the Cowboy. All right. Alley-oop the Cowboy. There's a lot of alley-oops today. I hope that's true for us. And Dennis is throwing them to Scotty. Randolph's saying, Lex, he who shall not be named is doing a good job highlighting all the positives of the Raptors as they work on implementing the new schemes. Too many focus on the negatives. You know what? I'm going to give him credit for this. If he who shall not be named is finally using his powers for good, I commend him. Please come around and be more like me, Robert. Seriously, you can make life better for yourself and be in better standing with the Raptorsfreak family if you're propaganding for good for the Raptors. That's all I've ever wanted from you, man. To stop being destructive and be more creative and building and positive and allowing for good things to happen to the Raptors. We've destroyed our team to a degree in a way, partly because of your fucking dumbass shit last year about Fred. And if you're coming around and you can make positive content and highlight good things that are happening with the team, kudos to you, sir. I can give you a redemptive arc, bro, but you have to do the work to show that you're redeeming yourself. That's a step in the right direction. Thank you, Randolph, for that intelligence. Anthony Elzy is here. Good to see Anthony Elzy. We're here every morning talking Raptors at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. And I'll be here tomorrow reacting and previewing the game for Philadelphia tomorrow. So join us then, too, and give us that subscription. Anthony's saying, Suns fans here, who do you think wins the game outright? This game outright. Okay, Suns fan. This is cool. I want to encourage fans of all teams to come in and join us if they want to, especially somebody we don't see very often like Suns fan or Nuggets fan. I like your team, man. I like your team a lot. Who do I think's going to win tonight? I sadly think that Milwaukee's probably likely to win tonight if you're talking about our game tonight. So if you're making any kind of bets, I would still probably bet on Milwaukee. At this point, Raptors Nation just wants a good showing from our team, showing progress of getting more accustomed to Darko's new offensive system. We're in a different place. We've changed our coach after 5 years, and we have to start over. So in some ways, we have to temper our expectation. Now, if we beat the Milwaukee Bucks tonight, hell yeah, we're going to feel like the Spurs felt with you guys last night, for sure. So respect to Suns fan. I love Kevin Durant. He's on my fantasy team. And in some ways, you're an interesting experiment. I'm glad y'all went and got Nurkic because he's going to help y'all defensively. And I was a little worried about y'all before that. I thought, oh, yeah, they're really good offensively, but who the hell is going to guard the ball? Are they going to have any defense this year? Is it just going to be a marathon offensive matchup for the Suns every night? Well, I feel better about y'all being a more complete team with some of the later moves you made, like getting Ayton for Nurkic. So, yeah, Suns fan, respect to you. This is a fan-friendly space for you guys. We have no beef with y'all. You're not an Eastern Conference division foe like the Celtics or the Sixers, and we don't have much venom towards you at all. In fact, I got a lot of respect, especially for your owner. I'm really impressed with y'all's owner. He's doing amazing things with your team. And if I was a Suns fan, I'd be very enthusiastic about the direction under Matasheba. I think that he's done some fantastic things for y'all to be able to watch your games. I love the Circle of Honor y'all did the other night. Some of y'all, I'm a Suns fan historically. I was a huge fan of y'all against the Bulls in the finals with Barkley and Marley and them. And I have a lot of respect and knowledge of the Suns' history with people like Kevin Johnson, Tom Chambers, Mark West, Jeff Hornacek, Cedric Ceballos. Yeah, so you got a friend in me, Suns fans. So I hope you'll join us if you like Raptors or if Raptors team, you like them or you like the NBA talk just in general. This is a place for you to be, bro. Anthony, thanks for coming in. But yeah, I'm going to pick the Bucks reluctantly. But if the Raptors do beat them, I'm not going to be upset. Cowboy saying, one more from Cowboy, alley-oop to David. All right, you guys are just throwing alley-oops for each other at this point. David's giving you alley-oops, you're giving him alley-oops, and welcome to Anthony. Suns fan, bam, welcome. Tell Peter to change his lineup. He's beating me. I love it. I love it. David's saying, haha, Cowboy, that's the trick, bud. You got to play your players. I'll try to figure it out. Get in there, Bradley, and get your fucking fantasy team set up, man. Come on now. Top's here. Good to see Top. Questioning who the dog on the team is concerning. The dog is in you or it isn't. That mentality should be there, especially in our vets. It shouldn't have to be questioned. All right. We have a weird roster build. Everybody's been saying that. You know, in some ways our vets we're not using them right now. We just talked about that. In some ways, we've got a young core that's still figuring things out. In fact, I will say this once again, Top. Scotty is our new number one. And in some ways, we're restarting, orienting our new number one and the dog being in him. And in some ways, we're growing with Scotty. And as Scotty gets more of the 48 minutes colored in with his really, really good both sides of the ball play, this will be better. He's understanding himself more and more what all it takes to make the Raptors win. And he's going to be filling in that stuff himself more and more. There's a learning curve to this. In some ways, Scotty had the first 2 years, but he was a secondary player. Now he's the primary player. And in some ways, he's got to get his legs under him for this new role of being the franchise player, trying to take us home and winning. And there's going to be trial and error with that. And that's part of it. The dog is in Scott. The dog is in Scott. The dog is in Grady. It's just that these guys are young, and they've got to continue to get better over the years to come. And you'll see it there. So you can say, yeah, the dog is either in it or it isn't. It's in Scott. He wants to do it. It's just that in some ways he hasn't fully matured into his powers and fully understanding what he's capable of doing. And he's discovering it more and more each game. And that's what we want to watch and see. That's where the development curve is. Let's see, Scotty gets closer to getting us wins. It's like maybe we're just barely missing and losing by 1 point soon. Instead of looking really trash for the last 5 minutes of the game. Maybe we improve and we look better at the end of the game, but we just barely lose. And then in 2 weeks from now, those close games, we are winning because Scott figured out a little bit more about how to close out and force his will on the game to make us win. He can do it. That's the thing. And the thing about him is he can do it on either side of the court. It could be a huge defensive play that helps us win games too. It could be also a huge shot also. Let's see. Dana's saying Capriati used to grunt loud. I thought it was Capriati. It's Jennifer Capriati. She's like, ugh, ugh. It's like close your eyes and you might be watching Skinamax or something like that. What are we watching right now? I can't see it. What is this? Is this a porno? No, you're watching tennis. The Williams sisters do it a little bit, David, but I was thinking Capriati. That was the person I was thinking. Dana got it. Yeah. Giving a dunk to Dana for knowing it was Jennifer Capriati. There you go. I think Steffi Graf was a little bit of a grunter too, from what I remember. I'm not real big on tennis, so I don't know a whole lot about it. Carlos saying, Top, we have to admit it. We have nice guys on the team. We will not be saved by hustle and by a player. The entire system has to get better. We do have nice guys, but that doesn't mean they can't be cutthroat and badasses on the court. You can be a nice guy in life, but you can have a little bit of an edge in the game. And that's part of what I'm worried about. And Patrick Beverley is talking about too. We need to find a little bit more anger and meanness and like selfishness. Like we want to go get the game, not selfishness with the teammates, selfishness with this is my game. I'm taking it and I want this game. It's not about being selfish towards your teammates. It's about selfish to the opponent and saying, no, motherfuckers, we're taking this game. This is ours. That's the selfishness I want to start seeing on the court. That's what I want to see. Fun guy saying Scotty and Dennis and Boucher are only dogs. I wish Boucher had weight to him and not just for basketball, but to be an enforcer too. I think Grady is too. We're seeing the early signs that those four guys in particular, I won't disagree. I think the Jakob is a dog in some ways also on the down low in his way of doing things. There's a little bit of some dog in him because he doesn't give up. He fights really hard. In some ways, he's carrying a lot of weight for us and being that big center. And listen, let's not count out Siakam and OG either. I know that they're getting the main brunt of the criticism, although Pat Bev doubled down. He said Scotty Barnes isn't him either. And he said Scotty has no he said all kinds of stupid shit about Scotty. And he got the Scotty lovers after him right away. It's hilarious. He said something like he bumped into him and he didn't say anything to him or something. He made up some bullshit story about what happened in this game on Saturday about him and Scotty. And it's absolute horse crap. You know it is. So he's coming at Scotty now, saying that he doesn't have the gumption either. Well, Patrick, we'll see tomorrow night. We'll come see you in Wells Fargo tomorrow night. We'll see if that's true or not. But I think that we're underestimating the dog stuff, and it's just more put on blast because of Patrick Beverley. In some ways, these guys may be ready to prove something tonight. They may be not ready on Portland, but tonight maybe Siakam comes out and shows he's a dog. I mean, Bobby Portis is going to be there getting all in his face. And we remember the last time Bobby Portis Jr. got in Pascal's face talking shit. What happened? Yeah, we beat the Bucks, and Siakam went crazy and went electric. That's right. In some ways, Siakam's a really good matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks, and he's usually successful against them. So, hey, maybe we see Siakam tonight show he's the man. He carries us home to victory, and we get some good feelings about him again instead of people slagging on him like they have been the last few days. That's right. That's right. That's right. Fun guy saying Scotty and Dennis and Boucher are only dogs. I wish. Oh wait, I already read that one. Wayne saying Spanish player or Italian. Capriati. It was Capriati. Dana saying Kuminga has a terrible nickname. What Golden State's fans gave him. I don't even know what it is. But if we're going off his name, Kuminga, I could see where that might be gross. Yeah, correct, Dana. Yeah, a cum bucket. They're calling him cum bucket. Seriously? What the hell? Whoa. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have him on our team with Dick. Dana's saying that you didn't want to type it out. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Carla's laughing about it too. PS Shooter 43 is here again. We love you, PS Shooter. We love you, man. We love anybody who's a Siakam supporter. We always love our Siakam supporters. We're a big Siakam supporting family here. Let's see. Top saying, I'm a fun guy. I didn't want to name who does and who doesn't have the dog on this team because I tend to be labeled for the way I say things, but agreed. Yeah. Well, you're just suspicious. You're just suspicious, Top. But you're cool, man. You're all right. You're all right. You towed that line. You towed that line. You're a very realistic Raptors fan. I'll just put it that way. Fun guy saying, I think for the most part, Lex, you speak your mind, especially if it's true. Yeah, I do. It's just if you're just unabashedly bashing our guys or just unnecessarily overly negative, then there's some trouble. The problem is that Top has a history on this channel. We've been interacting with Top for over a year, like a long time, and we've been at odds at different times. But I will have to commend Top for sticking around and still valuing being on the channel, even when we're not totally on the same page. I do really respect that. I think that in this world more than ever, people that don't have the same opinions on things need to find common ground and an ability to still coexist. that there's a real problem with people getting separated politically and not listening to the other side at all. That's a real big problem because you don't get any progress or anything worked out if you don't listen to each other. So in some ways, Top of Top's a little bit of that on this channel. And I do very much value Top of Top's presence. Now, if we don't get along all the time, that's just how it is. And we're okay with that to a degree. And I appreciate that they're still around. I know we struck him out and he was gone for a little bit, but he still comes back. And I appreciate that about him. I really do. Let's see. Carlos saying, facts, Lex. Before age of social media, there was a need to get real. But now all this realness is really fueling negativity, which we really need to filter out, especially everything wrong in the world. Yeah. You know, in some ways, somebody brought this up the other day. They were attacking Kevin Durant on Twitter yesterday. It was an old head basketball fan, sports reporter who actually is established and like known. And he was blaming Kevin. He said, Kevin, you ruined this league when you went to Golden State. The way you went to collect rings with Steph Curry and them and the Warriors dynasty ruined this league for how fans perceive championships and how they're so hard to get. No, they think it's easy because the Warriors and what they fucking did with Durant doing what he did. Well, in some ways, he did ruin the league because fans are unreasonably ring chasers at this point. They think that it's just so easy. They do not understand how hard it is to win rings and that a huge percentage of NBA players that play in the league that are good players never win rings. So it's really, in some ways, is the Golden State Warriors' fault for doing that dynasty and buying the rings with Kevin and then making unreasonable people that are younger fans think that that's just how the NBA works. And it's a problem. It's a problem. Kevin trolled him back. He said, yeah, blame KD. Blame KD. And the guy wrote right back to Kevin, it is your fault that you went the easy route and you went to Golden State and did that. It is your fault. And Kevin's like, whatever, man. You know how he is on Twitter. He interacts with everybody. And if they talk trash, he will engage with them. Well, I thought that the guy who had an argument against you, Kevin, was very on point. And in some ways, what you did change the perception of ring chasing and dynasties and made everybody really unrealistic about what's possible in their own fan bases and heads. You know, a lot of the Raptors fans that think that the championships grow on trees is Golden State and Kevin Durant's fault. That's right. Let's see. Fiercey's saying Jalen Green is flashy and just shoots the ball whenever. LaMelo Ball is similar, but at least sets up assists. Problem is the teammates don't always finish them. Yeah, I don't like the younger generation of flashy players. I want good fundamentals. Fundamentals will win. Flashiness will lose. And that's why I don't like the flashiness. You can look, it looks great, and idiot fans love that shit and think they value it and it's the most important thing to them, but it's not winning basketball. It's stupid. And it's just like, it's trimmings. It's like icing on the cake. It's not real cake inside. It's just the extra stuff on the outside that looks nice and sweet, but there's nothing to it. There's no substance to it. That's the way I feel about that shit. Carlos saying realness is, as always, needing to spell out what's wrong in the team. That's right. We can constructively criticize this team because we want to move towards better outcomes. And when we talk about stuff, it usually should be plans to help the team do better. Instead of just saying, yeah, trade this guy, get rid of this guy. That's how we get better. No. We talk about X's and O's. We talk about game plans. We talk about who could maybe step up and do certain things on the court better to help us win. That's what we talk about. That's it right there. Top of Top saying those players show no fear on the court and get in people's grill first, not as a response. They don't have to be pushed to that point. They are that. Scotty has brought it way more this year. This is something that Leo brought up on Raptors Tonight after the game the other night, that in some ways he likes Dillon Brooks a lot. Talking about Dillon Brooks and Steph Curry and all the, he makes himself look like a fool sometimes, Dillon Brooks. But the thing that Leo said was, I'd rather have a guy like Dillon Brooks that's so intense and so out there that I have to dial him down than somebody who's apathetic and not really hard, who doesn't get up, and I have to build them up. It's like it's easier to have players that are so on and crazy like Dillon and kind of try and tone them down than to try and ramp up a guy who's just docile and kind of hard to get going. That's what Leo said on Raptors Tonight the other night. I believe this is true. In some ways, that's why you want a player like Dillon Brooks around, because he hypes everybody up and he makes them competitive and he makes them want to win. And we need more guys like that on our team. We really do. We really, really, really do. Let's see. Fun guy saying, oh, come bucket. Oh, I was thinking his nickname would be Kaminya. Ah, man, that's really gross. That's really gross. At least we're an adult channel. You guys can get away with saying that here. No kids here. That's right. P.S. Shooter saying, come in ya. Come in ya. Ooh, phrasing. Come on now, y'all. come on, y'all. Come on, yeah. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Phrasing, Lex. Come on, y'all. Cut off, maybe. I think we might need to. Censors. Tristan's here. Good to see Tristan Phipps. Dennis mentioned a couple of vlogs ago, he appreciates the fans' positivity despite the loss. There you go. I mean, there's enough people showing them love to their faces. You know, a lot of the fan positivity he gets is through his own social media. And, you know, there's a huge contingency of German fans on every one of his blogs writing really positive comments in there. And that may be part of what he's talking about. And now the Raptor fans come in there and they're writing in English and saying things like, we're so glad you're on our team. It's nice to have a real point guard finally. You know, we believe in you. You're going to make good shots. That's what he's talking about. He's not going to go looking on Twitter and search and see all these troll assholes and stuff. He has no time for that. He's got a family. He's playing the NBA. He's running a YouTube empire. So what the fuck he's going to waste his time going in there and listening to jabroni this and jabroni that on Twitter talking out of their ass. So yeah, his exposure to the fans is probably pretty positive overall. You know, if they see people on the street, it's not like somebody can come up to them and say, fuck you, you suck. No, they're going to be like, holy crap, it's Dennis Schroeder. You know, Fred talked about that. It's like, y'all fans are so weird. You could be the people at home talking shit about me all over the Twitter, but if you saw me at the mall, you would fucking kiss my ass. That's really true. People change real different when they come and see somebody in person and they see, oh, you're like 6'9". Yeah, I'm not going to say that shit I would have said to you on the keyboard when I'm anonymous. You don't know who I am, but when I'm next to you, yeah, I'll be real nice. Yeah, I'll be real nice when I'm next to you. It's crazy. All right, let's see. Top saying at Cowboys, salute. Now imagine if you had a team full of self-aware dogs like that. Teams would actually be shook coming to Toronto. Well, we've had teams like that. Are you okay? Is it because it's 2 hours?
You do you.
All right. She's telling me I'm done. So let me wrap up as quickly as I can, guys. I'm gonna finish up these comments. No more. Absolutely no more comments.
Never said that.
I know, but when you come and stare at me, it tells me that you're like, you're ready for you to be finished.
Just because you're so pretty.
Well, do you have a meeting or something coming up right?
12 I do.
Oh, it's at 12. Okay, well, let me finish. Seriously. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Let's see. Now imagine if you
Sorry.
Yeah, she was out and she just came back and she thought I'd be done by now. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Imagine you had a team full of self-aware dogs. We had a team like that. That was our championship team. That's what our team was like that. We've had teams that are very much dog-like. It's just our dog factor's gone down the last couple of years. And some of it is like Lowry and Van Vliet leaving. It really is. Damn. Let's see. Top saying that fun guy and PS shooter and come in you. Oh no, laugh my ass off. Yeah, that's crazy. Fiercely saying, Lex, you will have a Raptor dunk champion, but need to also create a category for most assists. Cowboy is in the lead. That's for sure. And that is for sure. I don't think there's any denying. I'm not keeping track of assists, but we know Cowboy is the assist leader. We do for sure. Randolph saying, Lex, there's only one champion per season. Second place is growth and development. That's what I'm looking for this season. If not a championship, 6 of our players I'm hoping will develop. Yeah, get all development on all that. I like that, Randolph. And Trevor's saying November 28th, I'm going to see the Raptors play the Brooklyn Nets. All right. Trevor J will be back in Toronto to go to that game. Unless that game's in Brooklyn, he's going to be there. Cowboys saying, thanks, Fiercey. Bam. Top saying, Lex, that's where our philosophies differ. I don't think it's tanking if we move Pascal and whoever else, if we keep the core of Dick, Koloko, Scotty, OG, and Schroeder. I don't think trading Siakam is tanking. And so in general, I just want to get rid of that term. It's like it's not really tanking. It's just you're making moves and you may not be that good. And that's just what it is. It's like trading Pirtle to us. The Spurs were not tanking. They just made a very sound management move that allowed them to not be as good so that they didn't win as much. And in some ways, that's kind of what you're saying, I guess. You could help the short and long term with the right move. I agree with this, but it's not now. I really do think we need to make that move in December, like Woodley's saying. I think he's right. Shoot is laughing at top. Instead of leaning into a mid team, listen, once again, it's not that we're leaning into a mid team. In some ways, we want to stay a mid team and allow for that home run big pickup like he might have gotten with Lillard this summer. That's really what they said this summer. They want to keep a position of flexibility on the team and not really get bogged down in bad contracts or certain things like that, and be ready for changes and things and opportunities. So you can say we're a mid team, but a lot of teams are mid teams in this parity league at this point. There's not a lot of just juggernauts at the top. And even those juggernauts are false juggernauts. They're a lot closer to the middle than it looks. And in some ways, it really is like a misnomer in some ways to say that, because the NBA is not the way it was 10 years ago. It's not true anymore where you can get stuck in a purgatory in the middle of the league, in the mid part of it, and you have no upward trajectory. That's not true anymore. That may have been true 10 years ago. You can get better from the mid and go to being a top team at this point. It used to be, you have to tank to get a really bad player, a good player by being really bad and getting a Victor to save you to get from bottom to top. But you don't have to go all the way bottom to get to the top. You can go from the middle to the top. I'm going to tell you that right now, top of top. It's changed. It's changed. And the parity allows this. So in some ways, why would you strike the whole thing down to go all the way to the bottom if you don't have to get to the top? That's what I would say. It's different. It's different now. Let's see. Cool Cat saying, Lex, I think yesterday was the perfect group therapy session. We let it all out, and look at us today, all happy and smiley, ready for another game. Let's fucking go. All right, Dr. Cool Cat, and Dr. Lex. We have come and done our therapy session, and thank you guys for all coming and listening, and I hope we all feel better. And that's what we were hoping for. We were watching the new Frasier yesterday, too. It's so funny to see Frasier back with another show and his son. It's so weird. Frasier, he's like, I'm listening, is what he was saying. Yeah, a little bit of Frasier therapy session yesterday. Let's see. Cowboys saying Grady and Yuta have the same hustle. They do. I can see a lot of parallels to Grady and Yuta. I think Grady's better than Yuta. And he's going to be better than Yuta, like quicker and better than Yuta. Yuta's been a project for a while. He's like 28 now, and he's really kind of getting to his peaks now. I think Grady's going to be better than Yuta within 2 years of his career, like already right away. The top saying at PS Shooter, laughing at that joke above. I never looked at Kuminga's name like that so bad. I know I haven't either. Y'all have like spoiled me. Y'all have made me feel gross, and you've ruined my innocence on Jonathan Kuminga's name. I never, ever made that connection at the beginning of his last name. And now you guys have made me a gross person because I know all about these nicknames for him. Man, I'm never going to look at Jonathan the same ever again. Let's see. One guy saying, yo, hang on. Oh, all right. Hang on. Where was it? It jumped. Holy crap. Where is it? Holy crap. All right. Yeah, definitely don't write anymore. Oh, wait. Did I go too far? I think I did. Okay, where is it? Yo, what the fuck? They put us on another back-to-back against Philly. This league is crooked. What the fuck? Fuck the NBA going against us. Yeah, they are crooked. I'm telling you, fun guy. 46 on our schedule. That is a symbol right there. The schedule makers, the guys who put the schedules out, they put the Aaron Baines jersey on our schedule on NBA.com. Don't you think that that's directly the NBA people? They're the same guy who made the schedule is the one who's posting it online, right? Probably. That tells you all you need to know. Why are we playing Nick Nurse on the second night of a back-to-back? The first 2 times we play him. Yeah, it's all against us, and they are trying to make us lose to him. Cowboys saying, later, Lex and Raptor Freaks, enjoy the win tonight. Let's go, Raptors. That's right. If we win tonight or tomorrow, I'll be happy. If we don't win either one, I'll be happy. As long as we're showing a good effort and we show that we kind of belong with them, that'll be fine. We showed that we belonged with Philly on Saturday, honestly. And that's why I wasn't upset about the Philly game, even though we lost, is because we hung with them. And we played pretty well with a very high-level team. And 2 of their superstars were absolutely going off. And we didn't get blown out. So in some ways, that's what I'm looking for in tempered expectations right now is maybe not Raptors wins, but can we hang with Milwaukee and Philadelphia in the next 2 games and show that we're not like we're at least kind of keeping up with them to a degree. And maybe there's a couple steps we figure out and then we can start beating them again. You know, it's that kind of thing. You got to have just like that old Mad TV sketch, lowered expectations. I don't know if you remember that dating sketch they did all the time, lowered expectations. Hilarious. Let's see. PS Shooter saying, top. Yeah, his name comes in many forms. Listen to what you're saying. Phrasing. PS Shooter. Phrasing. All right, you're getting a dunk for being gross. You guys are gross, man. So gross today. Kuminga, what the hell? Come on now. Top saying, Bron is my favorite player since Vince quit. But Braun should not be allowed to be linked to Klutch while still playing. It should be illegal. He positively profits off of Fred VanVleet's contract. He profits off of Nick Nurse's contract. You tell me if that's not collusion right there. He's making money off Fred, y'all. Fiercely saying, Lex, you missed my comment about Pascal and Chris screaming when they drive. See, I don't hear Chris screaming as much. I'm sorry I missed that, Fiercey. In some ways, I can't go back. I want to get done because of Adriana. P.S. Shooter saying, I would like Brooks on the Raptors. Dylan Brooks? Yeah, we'd love to have Villain Dylan up in Canada on our team, being the hometown hero alongside his best friend, Chris Boucher. That'd be awesome. Carlos saying, what we need from the Raptors tonight is better second half. No collapse on the third quarter. I'm with you. The third quarter has been a problem the last few games where we have not come back from halftime and shown that we've adjusted with the other team adjusting. It's almost like the other team's adjusting smarter and we're not coming back with the right energy, and they're jumping on us in the third quarter and changing the games. It happened with Philly. It happened with Portland also. Tom Duke's got the OG cutoff. That's a real strong cutoff. So y'all better recognize that OG cutoff. He's clamping y'all. That's not like the normal cutoff. That is like a cinch. It's cut the water off. Yeah, talk about saying Brooks is a dog. I'm sure he'll want out of Houston in a month when they're out of playoff contention. Money isn't everything. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. He probably will run with them for a while. Randolph saying, Lex, here's a suggestion for a Thursday think tank. Instead of just talking down our players, let's talk about who is out there that's gettable that will make our team better. You know what? I'm all about that. Let's have we're already doing this to an extent. How about this, y'all? Even when we lose, I want to talk about what the guys did right. In some ways, we talk a lot about what the guys did wrong, but let's maybe shine a light more on what players did really positive things and we love. We do that too, but maybe we make even more of an emphasis on the positive shining parts of things, even when we lose. I'm all about that. And I don't mind talking about who we want to get, but in some ways, I don't like that talk because it's speculative. It's kind of trade talk, hearsay. It's not really useful in some ways. Like, I don't want to have a wish list. In some ways, we all want to live our life with what we've got and not want something else because that portends that we're not content or happy. In some ways, you want to be happy with what you got. Now, if we get new stuff and they're new things and they're awesome because Bobby and Masai made a move, but otherwise, I'm not all about like lusting or wanting new people to come in and save us. I've never been about that. And that's part of the reason why I'm kind of against like talking about Malcolm Brogdan like last week, or even any talks of right now about how we can fix our team. Because in some ways it's so wide open and it really is Bobby and Masai's job. I just deal with who's here with us and we talk about how we can improve who's already on here. So in some ways I don't like doing trade speculation because I like to come from the mindset is that we have who we want and what we want right now. Now that can change tomorrow if a move happens. But that's the way I look at it. Fiercely saying this chat has so many pauses today. And it's that young man's problem. It's his fault, Jonathan. It's his fault. It is. Cowboy saying, last one, alley-oop to you, Lex. Have a great, blessed day. Later, Raptor Freaks. Peace and love. Peace and love and understanding. Thank you for the alley-oop, Bradley. And, yeah, I got another dunk. Yeah. Yeah. Hanging on that rim. That's right. All right, let's keep going. Mugabe saying, good morning, Raptor Freaks. I know you might not like this, but I hope they move Pascal to Philly. Fuck that. No, we don't want him back with Nick. No, why would you want that? Because the Cameroonian brothers to be on the same team? No, and no. I'll say it again, Mugabe. No, we don't want Siakam playing for the Sixers. You know you don't want that. And you know that he can't do that now that he said, you quit playing piano with your life. You know he's talking about Nick when he said that. I don't know if Nick wants Siakam in Philly. And I don't know if Siakam wants to play with Nick anymore. We don't know what's happened with them in particular. Fiercely saying, Adriana's staring at Lex. I know she came and stood right here, and she's looking at me right at 2 hours. I told her in the past, if I get to 2 hours, you can put pressure on me and tell me to get off. And that's what she was doing. She has a perfect right to that. I'm like, I'm kind of rolling today. I want to keep going right now. It's all right, Adriana. You're awesome. I love you. Carlos saying Philly won't give up Maxey, and he's the one you would want from Philly. OKC, Indiana, Sacramento have the pieces we want. Yeah, I'm going to get with Carlo this. There's certain teams that are more attractive to do trades with, and Atlanta isn't one of them. And Philly, unless it's Maxey, I don't want to talk to them. I really don't. No, you spelled her name right. You did. You exactly got it right, Fiercey. It's all good. Let's see. Top saying the play that's etched in my mind against the Bucks last year was Pascal guarding old Lopez late in the fourth quarter, and he spinned off Pascal and did a reverse windmill dunk on him. That was painful. Let's not bring that up. There's no reason to bring that up. That's a bad memory. And Mo saying, I leave for an hour or two, and we're still going. Go Raps. There you go, Monique. Go do your appointment. Go do other things. And yes, we are still here, but I'm going to wrap it up now. Cowboy saying, wait, alley-oop to super fan Mo. All right, there we go. We'll give Mo a dunk also. Where is Monique? I know she's on here. There's Mo right there. There we go. All right, y'all. Let me do the final couple things we were supposed to do. You know what? I don't even know why I'm doing Instagram checks right now because honestly, there's not a whole lot. They're too busy and they're kind of on radio silence. Although Grady came into the game wearing a Harry Potter thing the other day, which is kind of goofy. He was doing little wizard stuff. And then some girls dressed up as Grady, Adonis, and Drake from that video. Like there's a girl dressed as Drake and Adonis, and then there's one that's supposed to be a Grady. That's hilarious. And he posted it because he was proud of their little cosplay of the Adonis video. It's kind of hilarious, actually. Marquise Noel showing off his guns in that 905 Media Day picture. They had the Raptors 905 Media Day on Monday. It looked like it was a great event. Justice Winslow, very happy to be Raptors 905. His little clip was interesting. Monique noticing that he is in a very positive place being with the Raptors 905. It's interesting because you're on your way out of the league, Justice. Get your act together so you don't lose your job in the league. It looks like Thad Young and his wife were dressed up for Halloween, and Thad was Black Panther. And it looks like his wife was Storm. I'm not totally sure. Slim Duck is filming his friend when he's sleeping, and I'm sure his friend really likes that. Dennis is, of course, putting on blast his YouTube channel and his That's Tough store. And he was riding around in his vehicle last night. You could see that. Ron Harper Jr. showing clips of them working out somewhere. And Javon Freeman Liberty has got a whole bunch of PSD underwear. So you got a bunch of new underwear from PSD. And Mogi is getting love from Collegium fam and some clothing also. So these guys are getting free stuff. Now, what a great life. You play basketball and you get free clothing. In fact, on the clip with Dennis, he got a whole bunch of Puma stuff, and his kids were going through like hundreds of boxes of Puma stuff. And Junior Shooter is like trying to find shoes to put on. And like, yeah, Puma showed love. They very much did show love to the shooters, that's for sure. Let's keep going. Tom Patot saying Sean Woodley is averse to make any changes. Change isn't a bad thing. It's not possible to get quality players on the bench without sacrificing a piece of the core. Listen, I'm anti-trade too, and I'm adverse to changes too. You know why, Tom Patot? Because it's not my job. I'm not going to tell them how to do it. In some ways, y'all's noise about telling the front office what they need to do just needs to stop. I'm sick of it. Let Bobby and Masai just do their job. Sit back and eat the popcorn and let them do it. You do not understand their job as well as they do. And I'm just sick of y'all telling them how to do their job. Just let them do their job, and we'll see what they do. You get what you get, top is what I'll say. Fun guy saying, all right, my guy, much love and much hope for tonight. Should be a fun game watching Giannis against our guys. Yeah. At least the games are entertaining, if not sad or embarrassing by the end of them. There's parts of them that are very entertaining, that's for sure. The top saying, otherwise it's like shuffling the deck chairs on the Titanic. Yeah, see, listen, I come from a totally different mindset than you do. In some ways, I really do. In some ways, you are a negative fan, and it's fine. It's okay. No more comments, please, and dunk for Adrian. Adriana, you're getting a dunk just for being awesome. How about that? You like that? She likes that. She's appreciative of that, Bradley. All right, real quick wrap up in the marquee main event matchup real quick, and we'll make it 2.5 hours. Precious is doubtful for tonight. I don't think Precious will play. Koloko is out. Marjan Beauchamp is out for the Milwaukee Bucks. Our referees tonight are Josh Tiven, JB DeRosa, and Tyler Merkovich. It's kind of hard to tell if they do favor us or not. They're pretty much down the line with maybe slightly favoring the Raptors, but I can't tell you that for sure. Once again, media day the other day. And then also the Raptors were doing something about candy corn last night. They were asking them about how they feel about candy corn. And it's pretty much all around. Everybody hates candy corn except for Scotty. Scotty has some nostalgic love for candy corn from when he was a kid. So he preferred the candy corn and Skittles. But that is some of the fun stuff on the Raptors admin main account. Is got some fun candy corn, choosing stuff. Everybody hates candy corn, though, except for Scotty. Scotty loves candy corn. Remember, get your fantasy lineups set up for tonight. As always, second week of our Raptors Freak. Yahoo Fantasy Basketball League. All right, let's do this. Main event marquee matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Scotiabank Arena at beautiful downtown Toronto. Tonight we have an interesting competition. It is a marathon spin dance competition. The competitors will be spin dancing until they get tired, and whoever stops first will lose. So you will want to spin dance for a very, very long time to win this competition. First of all, the visiting competitor from Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Bucks, from Athens, Greece, 6'11", 243 pounds, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And for the Raptors tonight in the spin competition, from New Mexico State and from Douala, Cameroon, 6'10", 230 pounds, Mr. Pascal Siakam, Spicy P. All right, folks. Well, we got a dancing competition tonight. Just like from the 50s, dance marathons used to happen all the time where people would dance and stand on their feet for like 24 hours. Let's see which one of these talented spin dancers can do the spin dancing the longest for this competition. When we find out at the end, we'll find out and we'll tell you next time on the marquee main event matchup. And on that note, thanks for watching me today. Y'all have a great Wednesday. 1st of November. And let's see the Raptors play a good game against the Bucks. Let's look respectable. Let's show progress. Let's do things right. Let's stay together, have a sound defense, and who knows, maybe we can steal a win from the Milwaukee Bucks tonight on our court. We're not expected to win, but we could very much do that. So there you go. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me. I'll be back tomorrow. Let's react to the game tomorrow, and then we will do the preview also for our second game against the Sixers in Philadelphia tomorrow night. Thank you once again. And once again, I really enjoy the fact that we can pull each other out of the mud when we're in the mud emotionally because the Raptors aren't doing well. This is a strength, and this is what is going to get us through maybe a tumultuous, difficult season, guys. Raptorsfreak family forever, more than ever now. All right, y'all. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all have my heart, and have a great day. Remember, Raptor Day, do it the right way, and hopefully the Raptors will do the same, and they'll get that W. All right, y'all. See y'all tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Let's go Raptors! Yeah!